All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Nidhu. You did not join last time, and this is in continuation with my last topic on gaslighting. And I wanted to be very specific this time because last time many participants, mostly women, who have asked, Kumar, what could be the reason that we keep attracting toxic and narcissistic people or these kind of relationships, right? First of all, I would want you to understand what does toxic and narcissistic mean, right? So last time I shared a story, and I think I would love to share the story again. Um, I'm sure you would all love stories, right? So let me just repeat the story. I know it would be boring for Seema because she might be hearing it for the second time. Anyways,
No,
this
no, no. You
there was
can
this.
carry.
so so ladies and gentlemen, okay, a scorpion sat on the rivers on the shores of a river one day, and it was needing to get to the other side, but the river was too wide, and there was not enough stones to jump across, right? And he begged various birds which were flying, like geezers and so many other birds, if he could catch a ride, but they turned him down. They turned the scorpion's request down, knowing too well his cunning and his sting, right? His cunning nature and his sting. So he caught sight of this lovely swan, a beautiful, lovely swan, making her way down the river and charmingly pleaded to her attributes. So Scorpion said, "Please, beautiful swan, take me across the river. I couldn't imagine harming something as beautiful as you. And it is not in my interest to do so. I simply want to get to the other side of the river," said Scorpion. The swan hesitated, but the scorpion was so charming and convincing. He was close enough to sting her right now, and yet he did not do it. What could go wrong? The trip across the river would take only few minutes, said Scorpion, and the swan agreed to help him. As they traversed the river, the scorpion expressed his gratitude and continued to offer his compliments about her loveliness, kindness, and the beauty, compared to all of the other negligent river birds, which did not help the scorpion when the scorpion asked. So as they arrived at the other river bank, he prepared to jump off. And right before he jumped off her back, he lifted his tail and stung her. Yes, the scorpion has stung the swan. Crying and injured, the swan couldn't understand why he would have done this. After all those promises, all the flattery, all the logical explanations that you have made during the journey, why did you sting me? Asked the swan. Scorpion looked at her from the river bank and said, "I am a scorpion. It's who I am. I'm a scorpion. It's who I am." Now, what is the reason of sharing this haunting parable about the scorpion? He has more insights than the average narcissist. So when I say narcissist, narcissists are exactly like scorpion. And, at least scorpions are at least owning up to the fact that he is what he is. Those who become involved with humans who are toxic and narcissist should be so lucky as to have self-aware narcissists. Narcissists are not self-aware about their behavioral patterns, and and who know that their bad behavior is simply who they are. Unfortunately, narcissists, unlike the scorpion, are masterful at blaming other people for their discontent. In essence, the scorpion would blame the swan. Look at this. The scorpion itself would blame the swan for agreeing to take him across the river. After all, she could always have said no. That's how the response would be of a narcissist. So, for the first timers, did you understand who is a narcissist? Narcissist is somebody uh, very toxic. You often feel confused living with these kind of partners. When I say narcissist, it's not just partner. It could be your work colleague, your boss, your parent, your child. It could be anybody. So today I'm going to discuss what makes you get attracted to these kind of people. So uh, after living few months or few days with them, uh, you'll be very confused and you will have a hard time making simple decisions. You will feel like you are not good enough and everything that you're doing is wrong. You feel less confident and more anxious than you used to be. Now, you would become very sensitive and you're constantly second guessing and doubting yourself. You always apologize for what you are or what you do. You would feel powerless and isolated from your family and friends. You would stop enjoying and doing those things which you were doing earlier, which would have got you fulfillment and fun. You feel hopeless and you can't enjoy life. So, can somebody share if you're able to relate to any of your relationship or if you see any of these signs that I just shared? As this is an open discussion, we invite people to come and talk and share their personal experiences. So, is there anybody now on this call who would like to share?
Hey, thanks, Kumar. I think, am I audible?
Yes, you are, Abhinav. Yes,
So, yeah,
we can
thank
hear
you
you.
so much. I think it's an amazing session to talk about. I've come on the session. It sounded really exciting. I've been in a relationship where, to be very honest, I'm the one who was the narcissistic person. And I've had experiences where I've seen that uh, such kind of qualities that you just mentioned, they were in me during the particular relationship. An example would be that when I was in a particular relationship, I was more worried about what was happening in my job, what was happening when something was happening in at my workplace. How do I get over that? And I would knowingly or unknowingly manipulate my other partner also to help me, and not kind of sit with them and understand what their dreams and ambitions and goals are. And that, I think, is a sliver of what narcissism is, of course, where you are more worried about what you are doing and are not worried about the combined whole of a relationship. And I think I've learned from that. But yeah, that's one experience I have of what a narcissistic relationship can look like.
Wow, wow. This is very interesting, Abhinav. I mean, this is first time somebody is getting a call and saying, okay, it was me who was that, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's obvious, right? So I work with people also in this field. That is why I'm so excited. But I know that there are these traits in me that are there, and it's always good to be self-aware and then work on them, because I think everybody can change, and it is a matter of nurture versus nature as to how you are becoming. But ठीक है, आप change कर सकते हैं इन चीजों को, and but ये है, this is one example. There are many more I can think of, but it's a brilliant
right.
topic to talk about because many people don't even know they have such tendencies.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Abhinav. Absolutely. And it is, I know it is, I'm so happy listening that you just used a word called self-aware. And which is absolutely critical for anybody to be aware. But let me tell you, everybody, Seema, I'll come to you. I saw that you raised your hand. So, Abhinav, we all have narcissistic qualities. Let me tell you that. Each
Yeah.
one of us. However, however, there would be a very thin line of making it very toxic. You know? So probably on this call, Abhinav, especially for you, I would say you would understand. Or let me ask you, why do you think? I mean, you yourself said that you might have these qualities. So how do you think you got these qualities? Are you like
Well,
this?
frankly speaking, there are so many reasons this can happen and inflate. See, it can be a way of how you've been raised. It can be a way of what you see around you. If you see the meaning of love around you, with your parents or your caretakers, if you see they are a little narcissistic, they might not be narcissistic, but जिस तरीके से वो अपना प्यार इजहार करते हैं, अगर उसमें एक सेल्फ इन्फ्लेटेड ईगो दिखता है, तो आप उसी तरीके से लव को समझते हैं. एंड ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दैट इज हाउ यू लव अदर्स. यू लव with the way of you being at the forefront. सब कुछ मेरे बारे में है, मेरा ईगो इन्फ्लेटेड है, और काफी इन रीजन से आ सकता है. अगर आप अपने आप को बोलते रहें कि आप अमेजिंग हैं, आप बहुत गुड हैं, इट इज अ गुड थिंग टू गिव योर सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. बट वो जब कॉन्फिडेंस की लाइन आप पार करके एक ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस में चले जाते हैं, तो आप अपने आप को एक स्टोरी बता रहे हैं हर दिन कि आप दूसरों से बेटर हैं. और उस इन्फ्लेटेड ईगो में क्या हो जाता है कि आपको लगता है पूरी दुनिया आपके अराउंड घूमती है, एवरीथिंग इज अराउंड यू, एंड यू फॉरगेट दैट जब आप एक रिलेशनशिप में जा रहे हैं तो एक शेयर्ड एम्बिशन होना चाहिए। और मुझे लगता है कि अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, द काइंड ऑफ थिंग जहां मैंने पढ़ा होगा, जो मैंने चलो स्कूल में अच्छा कर लिया, अपने आप को मैं एक तरीके से देखता हूँ या देखता था, जिसकी वजह से मुझे लगा कि ओ मेरे मेरे हिसाब से चीजें होनी चाहिए, विच इज द not always the best way to look at things, and I think that's where it must have stemmed from.
Very good, very good, very well said, Abhinav. Yes, Simon, go ahead.
Yeah, to just to add to what Kumar, you and Abhinav are sharing, I just like to share just two more perspectives to it. Is
Uh,
this that one is how a person can see the traits in them as a narcissistic, and second is why we attract the narcissist to me. Okay. So the first one is if I look back in my life and if I see that what narcissism is and where it comes from and why people feel that way. So what Abhinav was saying, very true that people become self-aware. But then I want to know self-awareness ke saath saath, have you like just been self-aware or you started taking steps towards it? Because there is a very less part of a very vulnerable kind of a narcissistic who shows some trace of narcissism, but there is a strong side to it altogether. So if you are even showing some traits, I think you should start working, bro, because what I'm going to share next is that so when I see what narcissism is all about, and why I want to share both the perspectives is going to make you more understand is this my brother and I'm the youngest sibling and my brother is a high level of narcissist. Maybe he will not like to accept it, will never understand it if I go and even tell him. So one is that you're operating from your inflated ego. One is that ego, maybe you become self-aware that, oh, I'm being egoistic right now. And you start to maybe, tame it in a way that somewhere you are like, okay, and somewhere you start taking care of it. But when you lose it, then it takes to a form of a narcissist. So my brother is like that. In his story also, it's about him, his dominance. We all are his slaves, and if any slave goes against him, then the slave is to be like blacklisted. So for a very long time, from my teenage till I got married, this kind of abuse that I've seen from my own brother made me a lot confused in head uh, about the males. So I used to think that the person who can be so mentally strong, which was wrong because mentally strong is altogether a different thing, which I know now after having this experience. So at that time, I used to think, oh, the male who is very mentally strong, who can, dominate everybody, has his own way, that kind of a person I would like to have. And somewhere I used to hate it too. But then this pattern started getting revealed in my abusive marriage too. And now, when I'm talking to all of you, and today when Kumar has posted this topic, I could relate to each and every part of it, whether it was the first part, the second part, because I can see what has happened and why it has happened and why I track. Because somewhere deep down in my childhood, I have this pattern that where I feel man has to be like this, and I don't feel complete. I was a codependent, I was a people pleaser. So these are the traits that I had. So maybe a narcissist will be having some traits too. And why I attract such people? Because I'm very vulnerable, very emotional, and it's easy for them to manipulate me, dominate me, because somewhere I'm not whole and I'm operating from that energy. So I can only attract more men like that. But the story changed when I started working on myself. My attachment style gave me a big picture about it, that where all the things are coming from. And I started picking up small parts and started working on it. So today I know what I definitely don't want and what actually it is to be whole And then maybe if I feel like that, I would like to share my life, but I don't see a need to it. Like, earlier it was like coming from a desperation, from the conditioning, the beliefs that we all have, and we don't even realize. But I would say ki, there's always a better part about it, and I'm like loving it, and I suggest everybody to actually think about whatever we go through each open mic discussions because that gives you insight about your own self.
Fantastic. Thank you, Seema. Abhinav and Seema, thank you so much for sharing. You hit the bullseye by sharing what might have made a narcissist, right? So for others, welcome Shreya, Lali, Prerna, Sarika, Swati Lekha, and so many others. I'm sorry, I just allowed every one of you. So we were just talking about narcissism and toxic people. So just to reiterate, let me define what defines a narcissist, someone to be a narcissist. So maybe you might want to make a note of it or keep it in your mind. A person who lacks empathy, who is really entitled, meaning they expect special treatment to be given to them, but nobody else. They are very grandiose. Grandiose का मतलब होता है बड़ी बड़ी बातें करना, what do you call, unrealistic goal set करना. मैं ये कर दूंगा, मैं वो कर दूंगा, मैं 6 महीने में ये बन जाऊंगा. You understand, right? What I'm saying? So this is called being grandiose. मतलब मैं सिर्फ Starbucks का कॉफी पीता हूँ, okay? I don't drink any other coffee. They show off everything and they harbor huge fantasies. They only want to affiliate with people they think are cool or interesting as they are. They are very superficial, as I said. मतलब सिर्फ ख्वाब मतलब बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं, superficial बातें करते हैं. They are very concerned about their appearance and the appearance of people around them. They are beautiful facades with not a lot behind them. They don't regulate their emotions very well. They are prone to throw tantrums, getting angry very quickly, especially if they don't get their way. If they don't get their way, they can be hypersensitive to criticism. मतलब फीडबैक के लिए वो लोग तैयार नहीं होते हैं. Forget about criticism. Criticism तो बहुत दूर की बात. Criticism, they are willing to dole it out, but they can't take it. मतलब वो दूसरों को criticize कर सकते हैं, लेकिन खुद ले नहीं पाते. They tend to be very jealous. They tend to engage in something called gaslighting, which is the very huge topic which we discussed in our last call. They really doubt your own reality, leaving you feeling like you're gone crazy. So these is what defines a narcissist. So did any one of you been in this kind of relationship? When I say relationship, ये जरूरी नहीं है कि वो सिर्फ आपका spouse हो. As Seema was saying, her brother was something like this, with these kind of qualities and what she has seen through in her life. So yes, I see Shreya Shinghala has raised your hand. Please go ahead, unmute yourself and share.
Yeah, hi. Hi everyone. One of my very near and dear one is facing a problem with her husband. So his husband, like her husband, is like a narcissist, and there are so many problems going on. And no matter how much she try, she always they always backfire her with some other कुछ ना कुछ चालाकी से बोल के वो लोग निकल ही जाते हैं. No matter how much right she is in what she does and what she feels, but किसी भी तरह से they overpower her. So if anyone is looking to separate from such a partner, then what should we do? Like how to turn the game towards our side? Is there anything or any advice that you would like to give me for this question? Because like we have been
Apps.
searching, yeah, because this is
Yeah.
so much toxic, and like she's
Yep.
like emotionally, physically, mental health, everything is drained. Like you don't see like फेस में कोई नूर नहीं है. जितना भी किया सब कुछ उसके लिए किया. Even like she was earning since 4 years. अभी उसके पास she only has 14,000 या 15,000 in a bank account. उसने सारा अपने घर के खर्च में लगा दिया. And her husband used to, I don't know, I don't understand this of a thing, like उसके husband ने कोई ऐसा घर का खर्चा भी नहीं दिया. Whenever she used to ask money from him, he used to tell that I don't have. And he is earning quite well. He is earning more than the lady. So उसने ऐसा कुछ घर का खर्चा नहीं दिया. मेड के खर्चे वो दे रही थी, द लेडी दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. मेड के खर्चे वो दे रही थी. पूरा जो घर का खर्चा होता है, लाइक सब्जी वगैरह जो हम रोज का खर्चा कहते हैं, दूध, दही, लाइक बटर मिल्क और एनीथिंग दैट वी नीड फॉर लंच एंड डिनर, वो सब का खर्चा वो लेडी दे रही थी. ठीक है. तो उसका खर्चा भी, अगर यहाँ पे कोई हाउसवाइफ है तो दे वुड नो कि उसका खर्चा, लाइक हाउस होल्ड मेंटेन करने में वी नीड क्वाइट अ गुड अमाउंट इन दिस टाइम. सो या तो उसने सारा कुछ अपना लगा दिया. एंड आई डोंट नो, लाइक आई थिंक द मैन इज जस्ट सेविंग हिज पैसे. एंड उसने इसके सारे खर्च कर दिए. एंड नाउ शी डजंट हैव दैट फाइनेंशियल बैकअप आल्सो, बिकॉज though she was working since 4 years in a good firm. So yeah, like how to turn the game towards our side, how to you know, how to do something that they accept, because they don't accept only. No, कुछ भी हो जाए, ऊपर से नीचे गिर जाओ, they will not accept too much toxicity, too much, like they are too, like way too toxic. So
Right.
yeah.
Yes, Shreya, thank you so much for sharing about your friend and whatever she's going through. मैंने सुना है आपने जो शेयर किया. But before I go to Prerna and Seema, who raised their hands, I just want to ask you a question. Since how long your friend is married to that man?
She is married since 4 years, और अप्रैल में 5 साल हो जाएंगे. And these problems are going through, I guess, like पहले से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा था. 6 महीने में ही ऐसा कुछ हो गया था. एंड लाइक इट वाज अ माइनर मिस्टेक. नया नया होता है तो कई चीज़ें पता भी नहीं होती. तो 2-3
Right,
महीने में ही उसने, लाइक वो लड़के ने, ही टोल्ड दैट यू कैन गो बैक टू योर होम इफ यू कांट डू दिस. ऐसे उसको बोल दिया था कि तुम अपने घर चली जाओ, अगर तेरे से नहीं
अच्छा,
होता तो. 3-4 महीने में ही. और क्या
okay,
हुआ था कि लाइक आफ्टर मैरिज, couple goes to a honeymoon, right? But they didn't
right,
go anywhere. But her in-laws went to Rome. Like her in-laws went to have a vacation. And पूरा घर उसके सिर पे डाल दिया. And she wasn't knowing anything. Like उसने घर पे कुछ किया
right,
नहीं है. And she doesn't even know like basic things के कौन सी चीज कहाँ पे रखी जाती है, उतना भी. And now we feel that everything was planned, ताकि उसको हैरान कर सके, लाइक परेशान कर सके. तो थोड़ा थोड़ा
right,
स्टार्टिंग से चल रहा था. फिर क्या होता कि वी हैव अ डिस्कशन एंड इट गोज स्मूथ फॉर 6 months. तो ऐसा ऐसा चलता रहता था. नाउ दिस वाज द फाइनल स्टेज where they are in-laws, where her in-laws talk very rudely, like that was a level that they crossed to her grandmother. So उसके बाद they took a step. एंड उसके बाद से ज्यादा, क्योंकि उनका ईगो हर्ट हो गया था, क्योंकि 4 साल से हम कुछ बोले, वो कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहे थे. तो इसीलिए 4 साल तक
Shreya,
से कुछ.
I'm
या
I'm sorry just interrupting you. Is it a love marriage? I want to know. Is it a love marriage or is it
या
an arranged?
या इज इट अ लव मैरिज? इट्स अ
Oh,
लव
okay.
मैरिज. या. सो अचानक से ये सब कुछ ज्यादा हो गया तो बोलना शुरू कर दिया. तो उनका ईगो हर्ट हो, क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लगता था कि ये लोग कभी बोलेंगे ही नहीं, क्योंकि 4 साल से हम बस लाइक सहन किए जा रहे थे कि ठीक है, चलता है, थोड़ा बहुत तो चलता है ऐसे करके चला लिया. फिर लाइक लिमिट क्रॉस हो गई थी, थोड़ी बहुत चीजें ऐसी हुई. तो वी स्टार्टेड टू स्पीक. एंड नाउ इट इज लाइक शी इज एट अ होम फॉर लाइक मोर देन अ मंथ. और बस ऐसा इश्यूज चल रहा है.
right, right. और श्रेया, क्या मैं जान सकता हूँ आपके फ्रेंड का नाम?
Actually, I would not lie, but she is my
Okay.
real sister. स्टार्टिंग में मैंने ऐसे
Oh,
बोला
okay,
कि इट इज माय नियर, बट शी इज माय रियल सिस्टर.
okay. Well, there are two things that you can do here, Shreya. the question which I want to ask, and probably you might want her to connect with us coaches directly on one to one, because what जिस तरीके से आपने बोला है कि कैसे सिचुएशन में है वो अभी, I think she would need first clarity on what she's going through, that we will give in one-to-one coaching, because whatever your friend or your sister, she's not present right now, and मैं आपसे ये सवाल अभी पूछना चाहता हूँ कि when you said that these red flags, मतलब जो डाउट आने के सिचुएशंस होते हैं रिलेशनशिप में, आपको पहले 3-4 महीनों में ही पता चला है, एंड शी शेयर्ड इट विद यू, राइट श्रेया? सो तब क्यों नहीं आपने कुछ किया, या आई जस्ट वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वेंट थ्रू यू और हर, बिकॉज़ इन द फर्स्ट
एक्चुअली
3-4 मंथ्स इज, या
क्या हुआ कि उसने लाइक मेरी बहन ने 3-4 महीने के बाद जो हुआ था, गलती उसकी भी थी थोड़ी। तो सारा अटेंशन वहीं पे चला गया क्योंकि उसने लाइक हर मदर इन लॉ वेंट थ्रू अ ऑपरेशन एंड वो कुछ ज़्यादा ही नखरे कर रहे थे। इतना बड़ा ऑपरेशन नहीं था जो नॉर्मल कैटरेक्ट का होता है, लाइक इट इज़ नॉर्मल दीज डेज इन इन द एज ग्रुप ऑफ 50s। ठीक है। तो 10-12 दिन हो गए थे। तो ध्यान रखने के लिए 10 दिन बहुत है उसमें। तो डॉक्टर्स ने भी बोला था 10 दिन बहुत है। बट उनके फैमिली में सब कुछ ज्यादा करके ही दिखाया जाता है, लाइक थोड़ा भी अगर जुकाम भी हो गया तो कुछ ज्यादा ही पैम्पर करेंगे, कुछ ज्यादा ही ख्याल रखेंगे। एंड यू नो दैट लाइक द माई जीजू इज नॉट द ओनली चाइल्ड, बट उनको ऐसे ही पैम्पर किया गया। उन्होंने कोई भी चीज अपने अपने दम पे नहीं की है। इवन इफ इट वाज जस्ट बाइंग अ बाइक, हिज पेरेंट्स बॉट फॉर हिम। कार भी उन्होंने ही खरीदी, घर भी उन्होंने ही ले दिया। उनके पास कोई ऐसा एज सच गोल था ही नहीं कि ये मुझे अपने दम पे करना है। गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सो इट इज लाइक, और उन लाइक मेरे जीजू को उनकी प्रॉपर्टी में ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है। उनको पैसे पैसे से बहुत प्यार है। इफ आई क्लियरली मैं बोल दूं तो उनके लिए पैसा बहुत है, कि पैसा चाहिए, और प्रॉपर्टी उनके पास बहुत है क्योंकि दोनों बहुत बहुत अच्छी पोस्ट पे काम कर रहे थे। एंड दे हैव क्वाइट अ गुड अमाउंट दे हैव बिल्ट टुगेदर। एंड पेंशन भी उनका बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है। तो ही हैड एन आई on their money. He still has, and he will always have that because he is that kind of person for whom money matters a lot. Not even love, but money would take over the love part definitely for him. So पहले जब हुआ था तब गलती मेरी बहन की थी, तो ये ओवर पावर हो गया। बट उनको 3 महीने में कोई भी बंदा ऐसे नहीं बोल सकता कि तू अपने घर चली जा। एंड मेरी
राइट,
बहन ने गलती ये कर दी कि मेरी बहन ने हमारे घर पे बताया कि ये हुआ है। और उसने बोला कि तू अपने घर चली जा, फिर भी वो वहां का सब कुछ काम करके संभाल के, जो भी काम था वो सब खत्म करके वो घर आई बात करने के लिए। शी डिडंट लीव दैट प्लेस क्योंकि उसको तब भी
अंडरस्टूड,
घुटन महसूस हो रहा था कि ऐसा 3 महीने में अगर कोई बोल सकता है तो दैट इज हाइट्स। और लव मैरिज था। एंड
राइट,
तो उसने क्या किया कि उसने जब ये डिस्कशन हम दोनों की फैमिलीज में हो रहा था तब तो मेरी बहन ने ये पॉइंट रखा ही नहीं सामने। उसने जीजू की साइड लेने के लिए ये बात छुपा दी। और ये बात हमको बाद में पता चला, उस टाइम पे नहीं बताया। एंड वी ऑल वी एवरीवन इन द हाउस टोल्ड हर कि ये तूने क्यों नहीं बोला, क्योंकि उसने बहुत बार ऐसा किया है कि वो उसकी गलती का ठेरा अपने ऊपर लेके शी कीप सफरिंग। तो 3-4 बार मेजरली ऐसा हुआ था। देन शी स्टार्टेड टू स्पीक। कुछ भी ऐसा होता है तो वो डायरेक्टली अपने इन लॉज को बता देगा कि देखो ये ऐसा हुआ है, ऐसा इसने किया है, आपको ठीक लग रहा है इसका बिहेवियर ऐसा। तो दे हैड नो आंसर्स क्योंकि बाद में
राइट,
शी स्टार्टेड टू स्पीक। तो उसके उन लोगों के पास 2 साल से तो कोई जवाब ही नहीं है। एंड माई सिस्टर हैज इम्प्रूव ड्रास्टिकली। जो छोटी छोटी गलतियां होती थी वो तो सबसे होती है, दैट इज माइनर। ये तो कुछ ज्यादा ही दे यूज टू टेक राय का पहाड़ बना दिया, ऐसा ही समझ लो। और मेरी
So,
बहन ने
so
घर पे या कुछ किया ही नहीं, वहां पे पूरा घर मेंटेन किया, खाना बनाया 2 टाइम का, किचन साफ करना, जो भी घर का काम है, प्लस 8 आवर्स ऑफ जॉब। दोनों, उनको दोनों चाहिए था, घर का खाना भी बनाओ, रोज नया नया कुछ खाना खिलाओ हमको, और तुम जॉब करके पैसा भी कमाओ, ऐसा।
राइट, तो इसलिए अभी भी आपकी बहन वहीं पे आपके जीजू के साथ में, उनके हस्बैंड के साथ
नहीं,
रहती
अभी
है या?
हमारे, नहीं, हमारे घर है, लाइक इट, उत्तरायण के बाद हमारे घर पे ही है। तो हम ना
अच्छा।
क्या कर रहे हैं अभी, वो लोग तो बहुत प्रेशर है। ये स्टार्ट इसलिए हुआ बिकॉज दे वर फोर्सिंग फॉर अ चाइल्ड, एंड माई सिस्टर क्लियरली टोल्ड हिम इस बार, क्योंकि मेरे घर में से उसको परमिशन, लाइक परमिशन, लाइक तू उनको, लाइक मेरी बहन को एनकरेज ही किया इस टाइम पे हमने, कि तुझे जैसा फील हो रहा है वैसा ही बोलना। अब कोई शुगर कोट करने का मतलब नहीं है, इतने साल हो गए, और अगर अभी भी सिचुएशंस इंप्रूव नहीं हो रही है तो इसमें तेरी कोई गलती नहीं है, तूने जितना, लाइक शी हैज गिवन हर 100%, नो डाउट, नो डाउट इन दैट, इन दिस ऑल 4 years। तो
राइट,
बात
राइट,
इसीलिए शुरू हुई कि चाइल्ड की बात हुई। तो शी टोल्ड दैट आई डोंट ट्रस्ट यू फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म, आई डोंट नो वेयर दिस रिलेशनशिप विल गो इन फ्यूचर, सो आई डोंट वांट टू प्लान अ बेबी विथ यू। तो ये इस बात से उनको तकलीफ हुई और ये प्रॉब्लम्स कुछ ज्यादा ही बढ़ गई।
right, right. Thanks for sharing about your own sister, Shreya. We'll give an opportunity for others to talk, and I'll come back to you. Prerna, you can unmute yourself and you can talk. After that, Seema, you can talk. Prerna, you there? You might want, if you're talking, you have to unmute and talk.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, you are.
So
Yes, you are.
yeah, actually, my doubt was for narcissistic characteristics only. It is that ki if I'll share a little bit of my background, it goes like I think I had a way, matlab, I had an abusive childhood, basically physical abuse bhi tha. But then the thing that I'm suffering from is the emotional abuse that I've gone through. So when you were speaking about narcissism and everything, I just wanted to ask you, like, if you grew up with a narcissistic parent, so do you tend to like see yourself through those? Because I don't think I am a narcissistic person, but yes, when I'm doing things or the way I see myself, somewhere I see like the way my father used to see me when I was a child. So if you're growing up with a narcissistic parent, is it possible that you yourself, you won't view the world as a narcissistic person, but you view yourself as it, as like you judge yourself with that viewpoint?
Okay, that's a very good question, Prerna. Seema, I'll come back to you once I actually answer what Prerna is asking.
Hmm.
To your question, yes. If who creates someone to be a narcissist? They are not born, they are the byproduct of parenting. अगर आपके फादर या मदर या चाचा चाची जो भी आपके साथ रह रहे हो आसपास में, if they have
Hmm.
these kind of traits of a narcissist, it is a byproduct
Hmm.
of simultaneously overindulging or underindulging with a kid. For example, अगर parent overindulge हो रहा है या underindulge हो रहा है child के साथ, child will develop these kind of traits. ठीक है, तो आपका सवाल का जवाब ये है कि if you are around a narcissist, there are very high chances that you yourself would be a narcissist. And more on the topic, I'll share it later once Seema. Did that answer your question, Prerna? Or do you need
Yeah.
any more steps?
Yes, yes, just one more thing. Like overindulgence and underindulgence जो आपने बोला है, तो उसमें ऐसा था कि एक्चुअली मेरे फादर के जो मुझसे एक्सपेक्टेशंस थे बहुत ज्यादा, तो वो ऐसा होता था कि अगर मैं उनके हिसाब से चलती थी, लाइक अगर वो बैठ बोलते थे उठो तो हम उठते थे, अगर वो बोलते थे बैठो तो हम अगर बैठ जाते थे, तो ये सारी चीजें करते थे। तो आई वॉज द बेस्ट पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड। और अगर मैंने थोड़ा सा जैसे उन्होंने उठने बोला और मैं नहीं उठ पाई, आई जस्ट इट वाज अ डिले ऑफ 2 minutes ऑल्सो, और देन आई डिड दैट वर्क। तो ऐसा होता था कि आई यूज टू बी दी वर्स्ट। तो अभी ऐसा होता है कि नाउ दैट आई एम एन अडल्ट, इट इज लाइक इफ आई डिले, आई हैव माई ओन सेट स्टैंडर्ड्स, and if I like deviate for a minute or for a very small diversion also, I view myself like that. So are these also those traits?
Yes, yes. Now to
Okay.
explain you a little more, for
Mhm.
example, what I mean by overindulging and underindulging, it means
Mhm.
that the parent is constantly giving them credit. मतलब हर छोटी बात के लिए वाह वाही कर देना, you know, समझ रहे हो ना आप? I mean, see,
Mhm.
आजकल ना वो instant gratification ज्यादा हो गया है। मतलब बच्चा थोड़ा कुछ मतलब कर लिया है, मतलब बैट करके बॉल मारना सीख गया तो वाह 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 वाह, मतलब समझ रहे हो ना? मतलब छोटी बात को भी बड़ा चढ़ा
Mhm.
के क्रेडिट देना, अचीवमेंट्स करना, दैट इज ओवर इंडल्ज। नाउ
Mhm.
अंडर इंडल्जेंस क्या होता है? नीदर पेरेंट इज अवेलेबल or present or listening to the child. The the child is doing all the heavy lifting, and which is like boring. I mean, because parents सोचते हैं this is, यार बच्चा, they say it right, raising a child is, it takes a village to raise a child, बोलते हैं, कहावत है इंग्लिश में, which is
Mhm.
very boring, boring part of parenting. And that's how these children learn over indulgence or under indulgence. और एक चीज होता है कि we observe our parents what they are saying and how they are saying it. मैंने लास्ट टाइम गैस लाइटिंग के कॉल में एग्जांपल दिया था कि लेट्स से इफ अ चाइल्ड इज गोइंग टू अ रेस्टोरेंट विद पेरेंट्स, ठीक है, माँ बाप के
Mhm.
साथ रेस्टोरेंट गया है, एंड द फादर
Mhm.
इज शाउटिंग ऑन द वेटर, क्या आपको पता नहीं मैंने बुक किया था 3 4 लोगों के लिए टेबल, व्हाई आर यू मेकिंग मी वेट? एंड बच्चे के स्कूल को जा रहे हैं और उसकी मदर उसके टीचर पे चिल्ला रही है कि आपने क्या पढ़ा रहे हो मेरे बच्चे को, व्हाट द हेल यू आर टीचिंग, वी आर पेइंग सो मच ऑफ फीस, दिस एंड दैट. So
Mhm.
it could be in the restaurant, it could be in a school scenario, it could be on a it could be with a flight attendant, where these children are observing the parents. Okay, and
Mhm.
पता है क्या होता है उसके बाद? The child will feel that अच्छा, तो मुझे ऐसा बिहेव करने से एंटाइटलमेंट मिलेगा, मतलब दैट्स हाउ पीपल आर गोना लिसन इफ आई बिहेव लाइक दिस. सो चाइल्ड विल सी दैट काइंड ऑफ एंटाइटल्ड बिहेवियर, एंड दे आर गोइंग टू मॉडल इट, they are going to copy it exactly as it is, because children do what they see, children do not do what you say. Okay, so when someone is uh, uh, क्लासिफाइड, यस, चाइल्ड को भी ये क्वालिटीज अपने माँ बाप से, पेरेंट्स से आ सकते हैं, बहुत हाई चांसेस हैं, टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll talk more about this. I think ये call थोड़ा ज्यादा ही चलने वाला है, but I'm sure this topic is absolutely crucial and very important. आप सभी लोगों को मुझे सुनना होगा आज, क्योंकि I came up with some things which will actually shock you, or might have goosebumps as well, as to why you keep attracting this narcissistic and toxic people one after the other, one after the, एक के बाद एक क्यों अपनी जिंदगी में आ रहे हैं. I'm sure many people really get angry at themselves, isn't it? Prerna, Seema, and all, right? That how did I get stuck in this mess? Why am I in this relationship? I'm a smart person. I'm well qualified. I'm in a good designation. अच्छे company में काम करती हूँ या करता हूँ. You know, I have a good friends. I'm well put together. Why I'm in this situation? I'm going to share about all those things. Before that, yes, Seema, go ahead. It's your turn now.
Yeah, I would like to ask Shreya that if these three, four things I want to ask, if you allow me. One is from Shreya. It's good that you trusted us and you shared with us. Thank you so much. And Shreya, you are in a better place to help your sister. I've been there and wasted a lot of time in an abusive marriage, which was not going anywhere. And good decision that she hasn't conceived. And I think she should not till the things are fine between her partner and how things go. And I would like to know, like, if it was a love marriage, did this guy did not show any symptoms, any signs before getting married? I mean, where did the you just ignored those red flags actually, um, that I want to understand. And who was talking right now before me? Prerna.
Prerna, yeah.
Yeah, and Prerna, I've been in the place that you were talking, so I can relate so much with you. So Prerna, as a human being, we adapt from our environment. And when I say environment, as a kid, the role models are parents. We don't
Mhm.
understand what is right or wrong, right? And I've been in that environment, so you know,
So being in that environment, I always used to have two minds, always in the confusion, feeling lack in me. I'm not good for anything. That is what I was brought like. Okay, and because in this confusion, I was pressurized to got married. I got married and attracted in another next level narcissist in my life. And now, when I'm like in a process of separation, I'm fortunate enough that I came through an Amify and I'm able to understand what it is like to be married with a narcissist and how to come out of it. Because the first thing that I don't want to take the charm of Kumar to answer this, but I think so. I do understand why I've attracted the similar kind of patterns, and I used to get angry. No more I am because I think I've kill that particular thing, that pattern in my life, which was attracting such kind of people. So, Prerna, nothing very unrealistic about it. It's very much natural to pick up from your environment and believe it that yeah, this is how I am. What I would like to say, if you are building yourself or good that you are on this platform, then start building yourself in a way that you don't self doubt yourself ever. And because it takes a lot to come out of this, because I'm telling you, still at times, even if I'm like upfront telling you all that I've worked and I've killed this pattern, still there are sometimes on a very small stupid thing I think a lot, because being with this narcissist abusive marriage for 14 years, and understand before that, so my next like 40 good years have gone in this pattern. So, still the healing is happening, and I'm accepting myself as I am. And I'm putting a very brave face to myself that even if it is wrong, even if something goes wrong, I'm going to take the ownership. Even if I'm going to doubt myself, I am going to take my steps ahead in life and not going to stand and self doubt myself anymore. So, don't worry. And we must continue with the call.
Thanks, Sima. Thanks for sharing about your own personal experience, which is absolutely very critical, and it would help others who are on this call as well. Who was that? It was Shreya, right? Shreya, you were talking about 4 years, right? That this has happened. If you all have heard Seema earlier, it's been like 14 years of relationship that she had. So that's what she's saying. That's what she's talking about. That she was in this toxic relationship for so many years, and she understands each one of you, whatever you're saying. So yeah, thanks, Thank you so much for being vulnerable, being open, and sharing about your own life story, which would definitely inspire others to really take some decisions. Right? It's all about taking the decision. So uh, now, what are the elements? I mean, now ये तो समझ गए हैं कि narcissistic बनते कैसे हैं, right? Uh, is anybody talking anything? Can you mute yourself?
કાલે પણ મારું આ થઈ જાય ને તો કાલે અપાઈ જાય તો પછી હું કાલે મારે ગઈકાલે કરવાનું હતું પણ ગઈકાલે
Uh, Shreya, can you mute yourself? I see that.
અહીંયા જ રહ્યો છું.
Yeah. Okay. Can you all hear me now? Okay. Seema, can you hear me?
Yes, Kumar, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Now we have learned what makes a narcissist, right? How does a narcissist become? It's about parenting. It's about how they. Now let's understand the reason a narcissist individual was able to get close enough. Where initially in the beginning of the call, Abhinav and Seema were frank on when they talked about raising kids and Seema watching her own brother being a narcissist. वो तो ठीक है, right? Now ये लोग अपनी जिंदगी में आके चाह क्यों नहीं थे? Why can't we actually show them the door? How come they stick around and they do all these toxic activities? And we have things that made it more likely that they became almost strangely attractive to the narcissist. मतलब एक जाता है तो दूसरा आता है किसी और रूप में. It may not be a brother, spouse, or anybody. It could be a boss. It could be a friend, right? Now, for me, it was a friend. I mean, it was a friend where I got to know her, close हुए थे दोनों, and 9 months का ही relationship था, but I know how this person used to talk and behave and do things. That's why I thought I should come up with this topic and let you know what makes us attract get attracted to this narcissist every time, right? Disclaimer: there are some things which I'm going to share right now. Before that, I want to give a disclaimer. When I talk about these sort of magnets, it is by no means meant to blame someone. This is your fault for being forgiving. It's not that all these are vulnerabilities, but these are coupled with lack of knowledge about narcissism. नार्सिसिज्म के बारे में नॉलेज नहीं है, टॉक्सिक पीपल कैसा बिहेव करते हैं इसके बारे में नॉलेज नहीं था. That's why people are stuck in that kind of relationship. This is the first thing which I want to tell you, right? And that's how people end up in that relationship. When you're saying कि मेरा judgments तो हमेशा ठीक होता है, I don't know how I attracted this person, I got into this relationship. No, the magnetic qualities are again qualities in yourself that actually play out beautifully in other human relationships. मतलब वो जो qualities है ना आपके, जो forgiving quality है, तो which I'll come to it. There is another quality which I'm going to share. ये दूसरे ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप में बहुत अच्छी तरीके से काम करते हैं. ओके, दीज क्वालिटीज ऑफ योर्स और अस who attract these narcissistic and toxic people in our life, actually our qualities work really well with regular other humans, but it doesn't work with narcissists. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So by understanding these vulnerabilities, we become magnetic qualities that you have might draw you and keep in this relationship. Will actually is actually there are your healthy pieces of yourself. And also to understand, if they are not healthy parts of yourself, that these are vulnerabilities. That means as you go through life, it's picking up an employer, choosing friends, certainly doing some important like choosing life partner and all will come through, right? पहले तो हम ये सोचते हैं कि we are more empathic people. Empathy ज़्यादा होता है जो narcissistic people को attract करते हैं, right? These magnets are just magnets, things that draw narcissists to you as they are blind spots. And if you can be aware of that blind spot, for example, if you have a real propensity to forgive people, so you easily forgive people, you are very much one of those people who loves to rescue. यार ये तो बंदा तो अच्छा है, he has done such a good thing at that time, I should be with him, I should support him. ठीक है, माफ कर देते हैं, ठीक है. If this time he is abusive, he has raised his hand, he has said something which is nasty, let's forgive him. So this is one of the quality where empathic होते हैं, easily forgive कर पाते हैं. And these kind of people usually attract narcissistic people, right? So pay attention when I'm saying these things, that these qualities make you attract. Easily forgiving, you might be easily forgiving, you are more empathic, right? And on top of that, you give first, second, third, and fourth chances. You keep giving chances. Now, after listening to it, can you resonate? Can somebody share uh, when I share these points of forgiving, being more empathic, and giving more and more chances to the toxic relationship? Yes, Prerna. Yes, Abhina. Prerna raised her hand. Let her finish first. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so when this with my dad when I was a kid, तो ऐसा होता था कि वो कभी मतलब पब्लिकली मुझे मार देते थे स्कूल में, या फिर उन्होंने 10 लोगों के सामने अगर he used to like abuse me and everything, and then when he used to come back and used to say कि नहीं बेटा वहां पे देखो ये थोड़ा सा मेरा उन्होंने दिमाग खराब कर दिया था या फिर ये हो गया था, तो इस वजह से I lost my temper, you should understand, you're my elder daughter. And I used to actually always understand his position ki he is going through. I was in nursery. I was in nursery KG at that point. And then every time he used to say, and every night I used to go back to sleep thinking कि नहीं ठीक है, this is happening, and like पापा के साथ शायद ऐसा होता था, होता होगा गलत, तो मैं मुझे समझना चाहिए. And when I grew up also, when I was in 12th, I was 18, my father tried to kill us, and we were into hiding for like a month from him. And then then this became a very big issue, and there were a lot of police and everything were involved. That time also he did not go to my mom or anybody, he came to me only for forgiveness, कि ठीक है बेटा ये सारी चीजें हो गई, only you can bind this family up now and everything. And that time also, like, I got really convinced, and I had come back to I used to stay in Bombay then. I came back to Bombay only to patch things up. So yes, I've seen this with my father a lot. And in relationships also, for me, any mistake is not a very big mistake unless and until that person works on it and has apologized.
Hmm. Right. Right. आप समझ में, आप प्रेरणा की why we keep attracting these kind of I mean, we keep attracting, not just attracting, but we keep encouraging them to behave the way they are behaving. क्योंकि क्योंकि बचपन से सिखाया गया है यार, मे बी रिलीजियस टर्म्स में हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, या किताबों में आप पढ़ रहे होंगे, तो माफ करना चाहिए. कितने लोगों ने सुना है? रेज योर हैंड्स. Am I correct by saying this? माफ कर दो ना. If you hold grudge against somebody, it will only hurt you. You have to forgive people. आजकल forgiveness पे meditations आ गए हैं. People sit and meditate that, I'm forgiving everybody and everything and all that. So
which is
yes, forgiveness.
which
Sorry,
is
yeah,
not
forgiveness
possible.
is one of the things. Yes, Shima, go ahead. Go ahead.
Which is not possible, if you ask me. Like, it is possible when you have worked on everything other than that, but straight away somebody done damage to you and you understand that. Tell me how a person is supposed to forgive a person who has abused you for no fault of yours. It's very easily said and done that forgive kar do. And like you said, yes, I've heard it in my family from my mother, for my brother, then for my husband, that it's okay, give him a chance. And that is why I was telling Shreya, don't take those chances. If you and your sister feel that nobody else has to decide what is abuse for. If in first place it is an abuse for you, it is an abuse. You don't have to think twice, don't have to go read, you don't have to go and ask anybody else, because you know it is an abuse for you. So I've given those chances, and very true. So the pattern used to be like this, and I used to get like what, forgiving, and every time taken for grant. After forgiving, it used to multiply. The other time, the damage was more. The third time, more. And I used to feel so grudge for my own self. I used to be angry for my own self, or for my what I'm trying to say is to be angry towards myself, not anybody else. Because every time I'm forgiving, the person is taking me for granted. So I used to be like, hell with it. Then used to like distance, but it was not working like that. So yeah, I think definitely when you are more forgiving, more over emotional, more vulnerable, easy to manipulate, and I think everybody in the family very well know कि 3 बच्चों में से ज्यादा इमोशनल कौन है, किसके साथ ज्यादा बात करके बार्गेन करके समझाया जा सकता है और किसके आगे बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं समझाया जा सकता. So you are always taken for granted.
I had a small doubt. Can I ask?
Yes, sure, sure.
Yeah. So when like going back to all the conversations and everything, I just wanted to ask कि जैसे जैसे अब्यूज को मना करना या फिर बोलना कि ये गलत हो रहा है, सो बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, जैसे आपने गैस लाइट के बारे में भी बोला था, तो बहुत बार इट कम्स बैक टू यू एंड देन यू बिकम लाइक रियली स्कैर्ड एंड यू लूज योर ग्राउंड कि नहीं यार, मैं ये सही में अब्यूज, मतलब ये सही में गलत है, नहीं है, क्या है, मतलब आई एम ओवर एग्जैजरेटिंग या फिर ऐसा नहीं हुआ. तो उसमें एक मतलब, और एक नार्सिसिस्ट को कन्विंस या फिर खुद को भी कन्विंस करना, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी गुड विद कन्विंसिंग अस आल्सो कि नहीं तुम बहुत ही ज्यादा गलत हो. तो वहां पे ये कैसे, वो लाइन कैसे ड्रॉ होती है कि हम वो रोल प्ले नहीं कर लेते या फिर आई एम नॉट डूइंग इट, बिकॉज एज मतलब वो एक मेरा डिलेमा हमेशा से रहा है.
राइट, राइट, प्रेरणा. सो इसी बात को लेकर तो ये बोल रहे हैं कि दे आर एब्सोल्युटली मास्टर्स एट मैनिपुलेशन. ओके, गैसलाइटिंग होता क्या है? वो फॉर एग्जांपल, दीज आर द सेंटेंसेस दैट दे माइट यूज, दे माइट क्या, दे यूज. ओ कम ऑन, आई
Hmm.
नेवर सेड दैट, मैंने कब कहा था, यू नो।
Hmm.
ऐसा लगता है कि ये रिलेशनशिप में काश मैं वो कॉन्वर्जेशन रिकॉर्ड करके आपको वापस सुना था, यू नो, यू वुड फील
Yes,
दैट,
yes,
राइट?
exactly.
सो
This has happened. This has happened.
या
Exactly.
सो यस, I would share what is gaslighting sentences. Yeah, वो बोलते हैं यार, don't be overly sensitive. आप तो बहुत emotional हो, and don't make a big deal out of this. ये छोटी सी बात को लेकर आप बहुत बात का बतंगड़ बना रहे हो. This is what they would say, you know, and they would also probably say, why can't you take this as a joke? मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था. And they would say, you are imagining things that never happened. मैंने कब कहा था? And you're always so dramatic. These are the sentences of gaslighting. Yes, before I say anything, let me give others chance. Abhinav, you had to say something. Let me come to you.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the example of the question actually, ki why do we keep attracting narcissists? So I would like to take a little bit of a different view, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, हम लोगों को ये सोचना बहुत ही जरूरी है कि हम एक अपने आप को पहले तो एक पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि लोग हम इससे मतलब इट्स अ सेइंग कि लोग हमसे जिस तरीके से बात करते हैं दैट डज नॉट मैटर, इट इज द वे दे मेक अस फील. सो इट कैन हैपन, एंड आई एम जस्ट ट्रेडिंग द ग्राउंड वेरी केयरफुली. इट कैन हैपन समटाइम्स दैट हम लोग बड़े छोटे होने से अभी तक जिस तरीके से हम अपने आप को देखते हैं वो हमारी आइडेंटिटी बन जाता है. अगर हमें लगता है वी आर नॉट गुड इनफ, और हमें ये पेरेंट्स के थ्रू या टीचर्स के थ्रू ये समझ आया है कि हमारी उनके एक्शंस की वजह से हमारी लो एस्टीम हो गई है, या कुछ भी ऐसे टाइप के रिलेशंस हमने फॉर्म किए जिससे हम अपने आप को एक अलग तरीके से देखते हैं, तो हम ऑटोमेटिकली उन लोगों के तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हैं जो वही फेमिलियरिटी और वही फीलिंग हमें फिर से जागृत करते हैं. It is basic human nature. And correct me if I'm wrong. If you are used to an experience where you have always been told you are not good enough, then fortunately or unfortunately, in all your subsequent relationships, be it a spouse or be it a relative, if they are able to imbibe or show you that those same feelings, वो जितनी भी गंदी feelings क्यों ना हो, अगर वही feelings आप में फिर से जागृत हो रही है उनकी वजह से, तो आपको एक familiarity feel होती है क्योंकि आपने वही देखा है. इट इज सैड बट इट इज द रियलिटी ऑल्सो. तो इसीलिए हमको ये समझना भी जरूरी है कि हमारे ब्रेन के न्यूरॉन्स एक नया कनेक्शन बनाने की क्षमता नहीं रख पाते हैं. कभी कभी हमें लगता है यही हम इसी के लायक हैं, या हमें फेमिलियरिटी है कि हमें ऑलवेज लो एस्टीम फील हुई है. आइदर यू आर एन एम्पैथेटिक पर्सन, आइदर यू आर वेरी फॉरगिविंग. It happens because you are still holding on to the feeling they are giving you every time, because that is all you know. तो इसीलिए किसी ने बोला कि अब मैं अपने ऊपर काम कर रही हूँ, विच इज द ब्यूटीफुल थिंग. जब आप फिर अपने ऊपर काम करते हैं, आप नए न्यूरॉन्स फिर अपने दिमाग में क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, आप अपनी नई क्षमताएं समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से यू आर शेडिंग दोज प्रीवियस बिलीव्स ऑफ व्हाट इट इज यू थॉट अबाउट योरसेल्फ. एंड उसकी वजह से यू कैन समहाउ create a formula where you are no longer now attracted to narcissists. ज्यादा ज्ञान हो गया,
Right.
but that's what I feel.
Thanks,
Abhay,
thanks, Abhinav. Thanks for sharing.
I totally agree with you because yes,
Can I?
uh, much
Yes,
thing
yes,
that
Neelu.
goes for the narcissism thing is this: कि why we attract is because definitely we don't see ourselves that confident, and somewhere we get so comfortable with the reality that other creates for us, and that reality is not created by any other person but our own set of parents, siblings, which are so close. So, when we start realizing it, we have formed a lot of patterns by then. So, breaking it is the only way is to work on yourself.
करेक्ट. एंड
Right.
पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना थोड़ा सा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, क्योंकि वंस यू टेक पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आप ऑटोमेटिकली मैच्योरिटी की तरफ जाते हैं, क्योंकि आप खुद अकाउंटेबिलिटी लेते हैं कि ठीक है अब मुझे डिसीजन लेना है. नाउ दोज डिसीजंस कैन बी सुपर हार्ड. They can be a marriage related decision or a family related decision, but you have to take accountability, and it is hard, but it is the reality also.
Definitely, Abhay, like you also shared with us that now you know that you were the one person who was having the few traits of narcissism, which takes a lot of courage to accept it on a platform like this. I must appreciate you for that. And I feel what you're saying, taking the ownership, whether you are so like I could say for this is that I wasted my 14 damn years waiting for others to take a stand for me, but now the fight became very difficult for me because I'm not in my 20s, I'm in my 40s. Getting up and fighting a divorce case with a kid is altogether a very different thing. When you are just single-handedly, maybe it is little less difficult, and when you're working then it is less. So what I'm trying to say, but still I'm taking a stand because I don't want to be in the same reality anymore that is created by somebody else, and I want to it's very difficult, but at the same time very peaceful for me because I'm taking a stand for my own self. The journey is not easy for me, but जो worst part of journey था वो भी तो easy नहीं था. That too also I have
Right.
taken it whether I like it or not.
Correct. And
Right.
that's
Let's
absolutely
give it
crazy. That's good. Yeah.
let's give a chance to Nilu. Nilu, yeah, it's your turn. Thanks, Hima.
Yeah, yeah. So I can really understand what Abhinav has explained it so correctly. We have experienced and gone through that feeling so much कि like we feel at home with those feelings. तो हमें पता ही नहीं है कि इस feeling के अलावा दूसरी feelings भी होती हैं, so that we are not attracting these type of people. So yeah, I can relate to that. And one more thing I wanted to say, ask maybe कि like these हम लोग जो label कर रहे हैं या बोल रहे हैं कि these are narcissistic people, but somehow these people हम लोग ने वो attract किया या हम लोग जो भी लोग suffer कर रहे हैं, we are talking, but यही लोग अगर दूसरों के साथ हैं, they are very good. Like then it is also very confusing कि मे बी हमारे अंदर है कोई प्रॉब्लम कि हमारे साथ ऐसा बिहेव हो रहा है, मे बी दे आर नॉट रॉन्ग, वी आर ओनली रॉन्ग, जो हम लोग बार बार ऐसा गलती करते हैं या वॉट एवर वी आर डूइंग कि हम लोगों के साथ ऐसा बिहेव हो रहा है. बट दीज पीपल आर वेरी गुड विद अदर पीपल, दे आर नॉट सेइंग दैट कि दीज पीपल आर नार्सिसिस्टिक. सो दैट ऑल्सो क्रिएट्स कंफ्यूजन एंड it gives like low confidence and low self esteem कि आपके अंदर ही
Right.
प्रॉब्लम है. एंड देन पीपल अराउंड ऑल्सो कीप ऑन सेइंग बाहर तो वो बहुत अच्छा है या बाहर तो मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ, मेरे साथ तो बाकी के लोग तो ठीक है, तुम ही नहीं समझ रहे हो. सो द प्रॉब्लम इज विद यू देन. आई होप
Right.
आई एम क्लियर
So
व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, राइट?
yes, yes. Nilu. ये क्यों होता है पता है? Because
हम्म.
they are like wolf in sheep clothing. कुछ psychiatrist ने क्या कहा है? That's how narcissist has been defined. They are wolf in sheep's clothing. उनके साथ जो 24 घंटे रहते हैं उनको पता चलता है. And for the world, शायद आपका दोस्त ही आपके पास आके पूछे how can you talk about that person who is so nice?
या
That's what they
एग्जैक्टली.
would say. That's
हम्म.
exactly they would say. Because
हम्म.
that's the kind of vision that these charming, charismatic, handsome, whatever you call it, personalities they have. They are very good at it. They are very good at it. So इसीलिए होता है ये. That's why there's so much of confusion uh, from the victim saying, "Am I really doing good things? Maybe मेरी ही गलती होगी." That's
या दैट
exactly
इज
what
व्हाट ना.
confusion happens.
हम्म.
That's exactly what confusion happens. और बाकी सब anxiety, depression, बाकी सब next steps है जो victim को
And
होते
then
हैं.
when you are anxious and then when you are confused and you easily get angry, so then you start behaving in
Correct.
a different way, and which this behavior all the more proves, make them prove, yeah, you are only wrong. See how you are reacting. See how you are talking.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that makes things more stronger for their behavior also and for the victim's part of this thing also कि yeah, maybe इनकी ही problem है, that is why they are not able to um, manage their emotions or creating
Right.
drama around छोटी छोटी बात पे
Absolutely.
they are creating the stuff and drama and all that things around. So I want to ask, so when we are saying कि these are narcissistic people, are they really then narcissistic? Because वो दूसरों के लिए तो अच्छे हैं and आपके लिए अगर अच्छे नहीं हैं, so is that a really trait? Or if we are empathetic, so we are attracting that kind of behavior. So a person can be both narcissistic and empathetic depending on the people around?
That's a very good question. Fantastic question, नीलू. इसका मैं सिर्फ एक सेंटेंस में जवाब देता हूँ. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है, because we don't have much time to really discuss in depth about these things, but unfortunately, the world, well, the current world is praising people who has narcissistic qualities. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I just want to he the world is looking up to the people who are narcissists. They think they know everything because they are charming, they have good knowledge, they attract people easily, they can get things done, they are good at communication, whatever it is. So because of this thing, uh, yes, Sarika Shukla, you can talk. Abhinay, I'll come back to you. I saw you raising your hand.
Yeah, hi Kumar. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, so the thing that has just been said, that these narcissists are highly manipulative and they present themselves as if no one else can have a more higher thought process than they have, and then they have a completely different face when they are that of their real face. So I have been into this, like I had a long, not very long, but yes, a long marriage of like 8 years for now. So initially, very similar stories of which many women face. Like initially things were good, but then things turned out to be like, acha, one more thing, since I have been raised up like a child who had to take approvals for every other thing, every minutest thing from parents. So I am very approval. I am a personality who takes approvals from everybody. Then only I am confident ki, okay, this is right. So I'm working on that as well. So once I got married, so things remained the same. But then parents are different, and some other family, maybe in-laws, are different. They do not think the same way as one's parents think. So they will mold you in whatever direction they want you to, in order that they remain the superior or something. If somebody is a narcissist, so a similar thing happened, and yes, कुछ पहले भी कहा गया था, like forgiving multiple times. So I gave people chance कि ठीक है, एक बार हो गया, maybe it is just a mistake, might not be another time. ऐसा हो के like it happened multiple here means 3 to 4 times, and big things have happened. So now I am getting to know when I'm into this call कि okay, so चीजें बार होना, my fault is that I have been giving I have been forgiving people lot many number of times. एक बार में ही समझ में आ जाना चाहिए था, घंटी बज जानी चाहिए थी, but then नहीं बजी. And then सामने वाले जो हैं जिनकी मैं बात कर रही हूँ, they are very manipulative, and they are so manipulative कि मैं अपने आप को question करने लग जाती हूँ कि am I right, या मेरा ही कुछ problem तो नहीं है. This is what exactly is happening. And then I came in touch with a lot of people, including people from NAMFI. I think abhi it is becoming clear day by day कि okay, ऐसा नहीं है. I should not think जो मुझे वो सोचने पर मजबूर कर रहे हैं, what they want me to think. I should think what my mind is telling me and then decide what is right and what is wrong. So the bottom line is that these narcissists also have a great influence on people, and especially people like me, who are, approval seekers, people pleasers kind of people. तो अपने आप पे क्वेश्चंस खड़े हो जाते हैं कि ओके मैं ठीक हूँ, दे हैव अ ग्रेट इन्फ्लुएंस ऑन यू. सो आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा जो सोल्यूशन निकालना है, इट इज कि टू गेट आउट ऑफ दिस इन्फ्लुएंस फर्स्ट एंड देन थिंक क्लियरली कि what is to be done and what is right and what is wrong. That's it.
Absolutely, you're very, very well said, and you understand, Sarika. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we people, I mean, people who are overly empathic, people who are very forgiving, we become punching bags to this narcissist. And in psychological terms, we call it the narcissistic supply. We supply them what they want. You're right, Sarika. Anybody else wants to share anything? Nilu, I see you raised your hand. Was it earlier on or now? Anybody else wants to share anything, or I want to move ahead and talk about whatever Abhinav said, Seema said. I was like, uh, yes, we do gravitate to that which is very familiar. But sadly, we also become trained if you're from a narcissistic family, you get trained to endure a toxic person. Now, this would get your goosebumps. Okay. If your father, brother, anybody is a narcissist and you have been raised by them, you have been in that family environment, you get trained to underline and bold this word, endure a toxic pattern such as invalidation, gaslighting, or manipulation. So having a narcissistic parent or a family member renders you vulnerable at the level of identity, behavior, expectation, and self-esteem. In this way, you can be very blinded to the red flags. इसीलिए हम 3 महीने 4 महीने में समझ नहीं पाते हैं कि हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है. And we take 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, and still be in the toxic relationship, waiting for the time, thinking अब ठीक होगा, तब ठीक होगा, बच्चा पैदा होने के बाद ठीक होगा, बच्चा बड़ा स्कूल को जाएगा तब ठीक होगा, बच्चा बड़ा हो जाएगा तब ठीक होगा, लेकिन ये कभी ठीक होने वाला नहीं है. Let me tell you. Pallavi, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I've been listening to this before a few minutes only, not exactly pura starting say, but I really want to share this. Then this is so true that I kept thinking like this for a very long period of time, almost I think 13, 14 years, till the time I realized that he is being a narcissist to me. It took me 15 years of my marriage, and yeah. It took me 15 damn years to realize that he's a narcissist and they have been manipulating me and I've been crying and you know सब कुछ होता रहा but मैं यही सोचते रही कि नहीं अब ठीक होगा अब ठीक होगा अब ठीक होगा but then at that moment of time then I realized after just बहुत कुछ किया मैंने like I got into depression, I tried suicide and what not I did think you know just thinking that this will और फिर बच्चे हो गए वो हो गए तो ठीक होगा same thing as you were saying exactly same.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I
sometimes
mean,
but it took a very long time. That is what I'm saying, that people should realize it very early, I think.
people will realize early, Pallavi. People do not take decision. They don't act on it. That's exactly what I'm discussing today. Because of the way we are raised by a narcissistic parent or whoever it is, हम उसको सहना आदत हो जाता है. Yeah, if my Hindi is right, yeah. So वो चीजें सहना आदत हो जाती है यार. Gaslighting, manipulation, you know, and also the dark side to this, especially when it comes to partners, is that when you have a narcissistic parent, you may be more likely. ये बात सुनना सभी लोग ध्यान से, open your ears very wide and listen to this sentence. The dark side of this, especially when it comes to partners, is that when you have a narcissistic parent or a sibling or anybody, maybe where you are raised, you may be more likely to walk away from a healthy partner if you get one. I repeat, आपको healthy partner मिलने के बाद भी, if you are even dating the right person, you know what? You will say a sentence which is called, यार हम दोनों में connection नहीं बन रहा है. There's no connect between us, क्योंकि आपको आदत हो चुकी है. Toxicity सहना, endure करना, manipulation सहना, आदत हो चुकी है. And that's where we deny, even if the right partner is coming into even a healthy partner comes into your life, there is a confusion and triangulation of your childhood, mean that you may gravitate to partners only where there is a confusion and triangulation. And you may just write off and say no to healthier partners as boring. He's very boring, yeah. मजा नहीं है. Date पे गई थी ना. Or give the great excuse that I hear from people all the time. As I said, there was no connection between us, you know. Now, in many ways, in the situation, the narcissist is just being the narcissist. Okay to meet you a narcissist. There's just being a narcissist. And you may, without awareness, float into the pattern again. क्योंकि बचपन से वही देखते आए ना, endure कर रहे हैं, सह रहे हैं वही, enabling that you are accustomed to enabling to give second chances and making excuses and creating those rationalizations, that doing it as an adult relationships becomes second nature. आदत हो जाती है, second nature बन जाता है वो. Isn't it scary, ladies and gentlemen, what you're hearing? Does somebody wants to talk? You can unmute yourself.
Yes,
Do-
it is.
Yeah,
It
sorry to
is really
interrupt.
scary. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, just
Go
a
ahead,
little
Nilu.
thing.
Nilu, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it is really scary. And now when we, because of this so much of awareness now, we understand also what is happening with us, and this is the situation, and we have to start working on this, and we are working also on this. So my question is, so how to deal when you are in the situation now, when you know that this is happening, and if there is no option to move out like immediately or whatever, it is taking some time, or maybe it doesn't take. I mean, sometimes it happens that you are not able to move out also. So then when you are in
Very
this
good.
situation and now you know now what to do.
Very good question, Nilu. I will shortly answer this after listening to others, because I
Yeah.
would like to answer this question at the probably at the ending of this call. Okay.
Yes,
So
please.
let's listen
Yes.
to others.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I will sure. I'll come back and answer for sure. Any yes,
Just,
somebody
just
else
an
is
extension, just an extension to what Nilo said, extension to her question. How to deal with it? Plus, do you really think these people, these narcissists, ever get well, ever get normal?
wow. I mean, ladies, I mean, did you actually know what I'm going to talk about at the end, or
Can
are you just asking questions? You're
can
exactly
I
asking the questions which I'm about to share after some time. Yeah.
can I say something? Because
Yes.
after 15 years, like after 14, 15 years, when I realized that he is a narcissist and behaving, from past 4 years, I have lost all the hopes that he will ever become normal. And I think everyone who is thinking that that person will become normal, he is not thinking that is not normal. It's only us who is thinking. And if we are trying to going to change them, no, it's all the more going to get us into only depression, I feel. So I तो stopped him like talking to my husband about any damn thing. जितना काम होता है उतना बात करना, ऐसे हो गया.
Right, right. And
And
Sarika,
is
this
he okay with
was
that?
it.
And like, doesn't he notice that you have changed a lot over the years?
Is that question to Pallavi you're asking, Sarika?
Yes, yes, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
how do these people then react back when you change your
No,
behavior like that?
it's like it's I've given up on everything what we have. Frankly, it's just because of the kids I'm staying with him, and he is not giving up with any damn thing because इतना सा भी change नहीं होना चाहता है. Not even a single thing. Last 18 years से वो जो कर रहा है ना, वो करता है. आज भी वही वो करता है और वो change नहीं होना चाहता. तो और अब मैंने उसको क्लियरली जैसे बोला ना आपने कि भाई आप उनको कैसे बोलो, मैंने तो क्लियरली उनके फेस पे ही बोल दिया कि भाई तुम ये नार्सिसिस्ट हो और तुम ऐसे हो और तुम मुझे अपनी हर कंडीशन के लिए ब्लेम करना बंद कर दो. तुम्हारी जिंदगी में कुछ भी होता है तो मैं गलत हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है. एंड आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. प्लीज थिंक ओवर इट and don't even like talk to me or whatever, you know. I've given up on my relation, frankly.
So Palvi, what was his
Not
reactions when you said it upfront to him? I want to know that.
मीनिंग गुस्सा आता है उसको, बहुत गुस्सा आता था. तो but then I started giving him back, right, you know.
right.
No, the
Now,
thing
now
is
Pallavi,
that does it serve the purpose? Kumar, can I speak?
sure, go
it's
ahead.
it's not solving anything, and it will not
Yeah.
solve. I feel I have given up. I don't
Yeah.
think it will
So
ever
I want
solve.
to
Yeah.
so I want to tell you something from my experience.
Hmm.
I had a narcissist mother and narcissist brother. In
Hmm.
between these two, I was stuck and raised. So जो भी upbringing हुआ, जो भी beliefs लिए वहां से चलो ठीक है.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like you are stuck in 15 years marriage. I wasted my 14 years of marriage.
Hmm.
And by the time I was blessed with my son, only thing is that um, I stood very late for myself in the marriage.
Hmm.
Because like you shared and many other people on this platform that sometimes we don't know how to even be out of the situation because when you go through a narcissist abuse and all of this, it takes a time to even understand how to be out of it. But
Yes.
then when I realized that something inside me really made me realize one thing was this that I couldn't change my mother and brother. I wasted my entire teenage life in that.
Right.
So thinking, will I be able to change this guy? No. Answer was no. So
No.
time I made my decision was this: from here, my journey is solo, and I'm going to be respectful towards me, whether somebody supports me or not, because I am fighting against something which these people will say, कि वो तो है ही नहीं, it's your fault.
Yeah, yeah.
You are the one who's viewing it. And somebody else said that वो तो ये कहते हैं वो इतने अच्छे हैं दूसरों के साथ, and they tell you कि तुम्हारे साथ ही
Yeah,
प्रॉब्लम है.
yeah,
My
yeah,
husband used to
exactly.
tell
Yeah.
me this particular line. It's like prescribed by the doctor, like a medicine: day, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Then I started realizing it's not about me. How
Exactly. Yeah.
it is not about me. It's how he feels about him. It was about that, and the story changed then, because I realized I'm fighting against somebody who don't know that he's so unwell, and I won't be able to make him well, because it has to come from inside him, not me. What is required is I need to change for myself. I have to stand myself, and I need to have a very strong healthy boundaries. And to answer one of you who said that वो दूसरे partners के साथ तो ऐसा नहीं कर पाते, maybe in the beginning maybe the other people are more strong headed, more they have more healthy boundaries. We are not able to, we are more vulnerable. But I doubt that this narcissist will not be showing any symptoms later on. Maybe it's just the beginning of the relationship. Maybe it takes time, sometimes it's shown very early. So there is nothing that comes with guarantee. But what I want to say, rather than changing these people, I think when you know it,
Yeah,
that
you
what
better change
you're fighting
yourself.
against, you
Yeah,
can only take a action and decision for yourself.
very true.
इधर
I
हम
agree.
नॉर्मल हम कोई नॉर्मल ट्रेट की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे हम एक पर्सनालिटी की बात कर रहे हैं
Yeah.
जिसकी अपब्रिंगिंग ही उसमें हुई है. उसको चेंज करना, आई डाउट. आई बिकॉज आई कैन गिव यू अ फ्रेश एग्जांपल. इन माय कोर्ट हियरिंग्स, my husband and me are not on talking terms, because that is how it is, right? Because
Hmm.
we're separating.
Hmm.
But whenever this guy gets a chance, okay, whether
Hmm.
it's after 4 weeks,
Hmm.
after 3 months, he'll write a grand message on WhatsApp, and you should see the way he is, and the manipulation, and the ego, and that keeping
Ego,
himself
yeah.
up and telling
Yes.
me, and Kumar has mentioned so many traits that they feel कि सारी गलती तो हमारी है,
Hmm.
और सब कुछ हम imagine कर रहे हैं. मैंने तो कभी ऐसा कहा ही नहीं. So best part about his messages, वो and उसकी family are so good. It's me who is the violent villain. Okay, I'm the one who has abused him. I'm the one. So please understand what you're fighting against. You're wasting your time and energy.
Yeah, somebody asked,
I'll
that's why, yeah.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I have chosen my life over this
Yeah.
person, and I'm just fighting a case because that is how law works.
But
Otherwise, if you ask me, ना
I
मुझे
want to,
उसको ना मुझे उसको ये explain करना है कि तू यहाँ गलत है, because that's another thing that I'm going to get trapped into. That is like
yeah, it's a
उसकी
trap
भी
then.
बात कर लो. It's like दीवार पे आप सर मार रहे हो.
100%. So I just want to add one thing that like I have been doing this, and secondly मुझे लगा कि हम लोग साथ में रहेंगे, but then I will just be normal and I will not react to his actions or something, but then I was completely wrong with that also. I feel kids के लिए तो सबसे ज्यादा खराब है अपने पेरेंट्स को 24 घंटा ऐसे झगड़ते.
बिल्कुल, definitely. That's why I
वो
took this decision, Palvi. It's very difficult for me. That's why I'm
I know,
saying,
I can
taking
understand, but
accountability and ownership of what you are getting into
yeah,
is a
no, so
big task.
I started doing paintings. I joined college. I started living my life, my own terms, everything, right? I made my friends. I did whatever is possible to live a good life. But at the end of the day, when kids are watching that parents are not talking, and whenever they are talking, they're just fighting and they're hitting heads, and I think बच्चों को उससे ज्यादा बहुत कहीं better है. I'm really proud of you, Seema, that you took a decision to take a divorce,
So,
because I was
so
not that strong.
we all are strong. I'm also not strong. Believe me when I share it with you, Palvi. I am in such a place that I can't share it right now. कि emotional ups and downs कितने आते हैं. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, the the choice that I made over the narcissist partner and making him correct was this, that I don't want my son to be raised in this particular environment, because I've been raised in that environment, and what has happened to me is quite a big example in front of me. And
हाँ
if I want to change something, is this what is in my hand is my situation and my son's
नहीं,
situation.
उन्होंने
The
कर दिया।
rest,
मेरे हस्बैंड ने मेरे बेटे को वैसा ही बना दिया, खुद के जैसा ही। और वो अब वो भी हर बात उसको अगर कोई भी बात बोलो तो उसको वो कैसे रिएक्ट करता है, अपन जनरली कैसे करते हैं कि अपन बात करके विल टॉक इट आउट, राइट? नार्सिसिस्ट विल जस्ट वॉक ऑफ। वो ना तो आपकी सुनेगा, ना आपकी कोई बात समझेगा, वो सिर्फ चला जाएगा वहां से, मुंह फुला करके सुजा के, आएगा नहीं घर 1 दिन 2 दिन। और मेरा बेटा भी वैसे ही करने लगा। और मैं 3-4 साल से ये सोच रही थी कि उसको हॉस्टल में डाल दूं, एंड आई डिड दिस मिस्टेक, नाउ ही हैज बिकम सेम।
Palvi, could be not even the narcissist trait, but like a child in an
या
environment
या
is adapting, right? हम species हैं, हम adapt कहाँ से करेंगे? अपने environment से।
पेरेंट्स,
अब एक
हाँ
normal
पेरेंट्स तो
बच्चे
रोल
के
मॉडल है
लिए
ना।
parents
हाँ
ऐसे कर
Here,
रहे हैं,
हाँ
maybe
here I
power
will.
समझ में आ रही है उस समय कि ऐसे करेंगे तो ऐसे हो जाता है।
हाँ
So it can't be even narcissist, but it's coming out of control कि ऐसे करने से ऐसे होता है। So he's also learning. Yeah, maybe then it will turn also. If you would continue living like this, then you will see another one.
No, he's in 10th now, so I think I'm done with him. मतलब हो गया उसका, जो भी करना था हो गया उसका मेरे बेटे का, मुझे ऐसा लगता है।
I agree with you, Pallavi, because इसमें क्या होता है कि even I'm experiencing that. Kids also just try to copy that behavior.
Yeah, same
Like
behavior.
जैसे yeah, because जैसे क्या होता है narcissistic, they keep on blaming. They don't take accountability, right? So when I'm experiencing this thing, even my kids start blame. They have started blaming.
My
Yeah,
son
they
has also
blame.
started
They
blaming me.
blaming.
अरे,
They
yeah,
what they blame is आपने किया ही क्या है? Like my husband, whatever he says, the
yeah,
blame
same.
games. Now
Yeah,
they have also started speaking in the same language. आप करते क्यों? आपने क्या किया है? जो भी आपने किया
yeah,
as a mother, that was your
हाँ,
duty. So आपने कुछ extra नहीं किया है. So that is
right.
your duty only. So it's like very. It feels really hard to hear all these things.
या पर बच्चों को अपन को बहुत
Hmm.
ज्यादा बोलना चाहिए कि see, I have sacrificed my life for you.
Hmm.
But I
Hmm.
think this is again a
But then
mistake
they
only.
think that is then they say
हाँ,
कि that is your job ना, you only
yeah.
have brought us in this world,
No,
हम लोग
then
तो
it is a
हाँ,
mistake
so
only, because
it's
even kids
no,
will learn
and
to compromise. That is a
yes,
mistake.
compromise,
Yeah, वो
that
करेंगे
is
फिर।
and then they are not speaking these type of bad things in front of their other parent, because वो वहां से ही आ रहा है, but they are not speaking in front of him. And if they when they speak in front of me like this, फिर वो एक अलग confrontation होना शुरू हो जाता है. Then all together एक और scene create हो जाता है कि you are only like this, तुमने मेरे साथ भी नहीं ठीक किया and अभी बच्चों के साथ भी ठीक नहीं किया. And then you get into that spiral again कि अच्छा मैं ही गलत हूँ, मैंने रिश्ता भी मैंने ठीक नहीं किया, अभी क्या बच्चों के साथ मैं ही गलत कर रही हूँ.
I know, हाँ.
And it is really confusing, and it's really, I don't know what to say, like really not good state of who is in the situation.
No,
That
we
is
lose
why
our
we
psychological
just,
balance only if we give
yeah,
to.
then we again start guessing our second thought कि बच्चों को मैंने गलत किया. No, then I start asking myself, नहीं मैंने ये भी किया, मैंने वो भी किया, मैंने ऐसे भी किया. मतलब वो अपने अंदर ही सब कुछ चल रहा है, but people in front of you are not able to see the things, and वो हर तरफ से सिर्फ एक blame ही आ रहा है. And then ultimately you just think, what have I done to my life, like since so many years? What are we doing? Just proving and proving to everyone कि मैंने ये भी किया, मैंने वो भी किया. I don't know if you can relate this. This is really another spiral, like staying so long with the narcissistic partner, then the kids are also reflecting the same behavior.
And the Pallavi, Nidu, and other ladies, 9 months looked like years for me. I was in a relationship with a narcissist, as I told you in the beginning. So I can understand if you have spent 14 years, 15 years, or whatever, 9, 10 years.
Mine is 18
It feel
years.
like, oh my God, it feels like ages, isn't it? I mean, it's not easy. इनके साथ रहना एक दिन एक हफ्ते के बराबर होता है और महीने सालों भर होता है, and that's how it is. Okay, and before Sarika, I think you want to talk, but before I give you the chance to talk, let me tell you, आप लोगों ने मुझे सवाल पूछा था कि ये लोग ठीक होंगे या कैसे रहेंगे या Karen, let me tell you, even even if they admit that they are narcissists, even if they admit that they are narcissists, mm, though even those kind of relationships are never going to succeed. Is it scary? Yes, it is. अगर वो मान भी ले कि वो हाँ मैं नार्सिसिस्ट हूँ, वैसे रिश्ते भी नहीं टिकने वाले. And people who are narcissists will feel very empty inside, and that emptiness is very difficult thing to feel, even if you're a spouse or a husband. And the person who is in relationship with narcissist will always feel unheard, will always feel unheard. And to let you know, शायद पल्लवी या सारिका ने मुझे पूछा था कि क्या ये लोग बदल सकते हैं. Let me tell you, when someone is classified as a narcissist, they are never declassified as a narcissist. Once a narcissist, they are always a narcissist. They will die narcissist. इनका कोई इलाज नहीं होता. Did it sound scary? Now someone asked. I think I don't know if she's
think
left.
Sarika asked it, and that is true. I agree with you, Kumarji, completely. Because I'll tell you one example. मेरे husband के father, he died of COVID, and he used to stay with my देवर. ठीक है, मेरे देवर देरानी यहाँ से एटलीस्ट कम से कम 10 किलोमीटर दूर वो लोग रहते हैं मेरे घर से. ठीक है, वहां पर मैंने उनको फोन करके बोला कि आप प्लीज हॉस्पिटल चले जाइए. ही वाज 60 प्लस एंड ही हैड 104 फीवर एंड एवरीथिंग. आई टोल्ड माय हस्बैंड, आई टोल्ड माय देवर, आई टोल्ड एवरीवन टू टेक हिम टू द हॉस्पिटल बिकॉज आपका फीवर आप 10 दिन से ऊपर हो गया और 104 है. अल्टीमेटली ही विल डाई इफ यू विल नॉट टेक हिम टू द हॉस्पिटल. मैंने बहुत कोशिश की, मैंने बहुत सारे डॉक्टरों से भी बात करी, सबने एक ही एडवाइस किया. मैंने उन लोगों को बोला तो लेके नहीं गए वो लोग, एंड ही अल्टीमेटली ही भी पास्ड अवे सैडली. तो मेरे हस्बैंड है ना, कम से कम 1-1.5 साल तक मुझे ब्लेम कर रहे थे कि वो उनकी डेथ हो गई तो तू तेरे को ब्लेम. अरे आपके भाई के पास रह रहे हैं, वो जो करेगा वही होगा. अगर मैं वहां पर जाकर के भी मैं ट्राई भी करूँ उन्हें हॉस्पिटल ले जाने का तो मैं नहीं कर सकूंगी ना वो चीज. तो नहीं, तू जाकर के उनको हॉस्पिटल क्यों नहीं लेके गए? अरे मैं आपको 10 दिन से बोल रही हूँ कि उनको हॉस्पिटल लेकर के जाओ, और आपके भाई को बोला है, सबको बोला है, दवाइयां अलग भिजाइए. मैंने मेरी तरफ से जितना हुआ किया, उसके बाद भी वो मुझे ब्लेम करते रहे. मतलब क्या सेंस है बोलिए? और वो कितने साल, मेरे को 8 साल हो गया अलग होके, मैं अब जा करके उनके घर में उतना हक भी नहीं जता सकती हूँ.
अच्छा, तो आप अभी अलग हो गए ऑलरेडी पल्लवी?
नहीं, मेरे हस्बैंड और मैं शिफ्ट हो गए थे. मेरे हस्बैंड मेरे बच्चों के साथ.
Okay.
हाँ, हम लोग.
अच्छा.
हाँ, तो तो वो 1-1.5 साल तक मुझे ब्लेम करते रहे कि वो वहां पर डेथ हुई है तो तेरी वजह से हुआ है सब कुछ. उनको जब कोविड हुआ था 5 दिन बाद मैं गई थी. मुझे 5th डे जब मैं गई उनसे मिलने, तब मुझे मालूम हुआ कि उनको 5 दिन से फीवर है. मैंने उनको तभी बोला कि आप प्लीज कोविड टेस्ट कराओ. उन्होंने फिर भी नहीं कराया और 7th डे करवाया. मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है कि कुछ भी हो जाए दुनिया में, ब्लेम आप पे आएगा. उनकी जिंदगी में कुछ भी हो जाए, ब्लेम टू बी ब्लेम्ड यू. फैक्ट्री में लॉस हो जाए, बिजनेस में लॉस हो जाए, जिंदगी में कुछ हो जाए, बस वो सिर्फ आपको ही ब्लेम करते रहेंगे हर चीज के लिए. ऐसा है सिस्टम उन लोगों का, और वो कभी नहीं सुधरने वाले. वो अगर कोई चीज का एडिक्शन है उनको, मतलब कोई भी चीज अगर उनकी लाइफ में हो रही है तो वो सिर्फ आपकी वजह से ही हो रही है. कि वो एडिक्टेड हैं, वो शराब रोज पीते हैं तो वो आपकी वजह से पीते हैं. अरे आपको कौन बोल रहा है पीने के लिए? मैं तो नहीं पी रही, मैं तो नार्सिसिस्ट के साथ रह करके, बल्कि मैंने तो थोड़ा बहुत जो पीती थी वो भी मैंने क्विट कर दिया कि नहीं, मुझे तो अपना मेंटेन करना है, अपनी बॉडी में को लॉन्ग लाइफ चाहिए. आप दूसरों को ब्लेम कर करके कब तक जियोगे?
Yes, somebody raised. Yes, Pallavi, you're absolutely right. As I said, मैंने बताया था ना कि narcissists will never change. They will once declared narcissist, they will remain as narcissist and they will die as narcissist. और किसी ने मुझे सवाल पूछा था थोड़ी देर पहले कि कुमार क्या कर सकते हैं? What do we do when we are in that kind of relationship? I don't know if Shreya asked me, but Shreya, glad
I
you're
have
there.
asked you if
Okay,
we are
I'll
in
tell
the
you that.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. I'll come back to that. Shreya, I heard about your sister. Thanks for sharing with us. Um, what I would suggest you is please do not hesitate to ping any of the admins from Conscious Relationships group. I am one of them. We have Akarma, Anamika, and Munchika. Talk to us one to one, and we would definitely want to really help you uh, and provide you the right solution. Okay? Because I heard your sister's situation from you. But if you can actually make your sister talk to us directly, probably we'll be in a good position to really understand her situation as well. Okay?
Actually, I told her that you take a therapy session, it will help you in this situation. So she took a session from some psychologist. तो मैंने ही सजेस्ट किया था तो उसने बात की आफ्टर दैट शी हैज बीन शी इज स्टार्टिंग लाइक वो अपने आप के लिए टाइम निकालने लगी है शी कीप्स राइटिंग इन अ डायरी उसने जो साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने थेरापिस्ट ने बोला है वो लिखती रहती है शी स्टार्टेड अ न्यू हॉबी तो वो कुछ ना कुछ लाइक सेल्फ केयर एक्टिविटीज में इंडल्ज होना उसने शुरू कर दिया है नाउ शी हैज अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम सो जॉब भी क्विट कर दिया है अभी तो उसको जॉब नहीं करनी बिकॉज शी इज लाइक सो मच ड्रेन्ड so that's why now she is doing some things for herself but now मैंने फिर भी like मैंने बाद में भी बोला that you still you should go through the therapy process because ये सब देखने के बाद अपन में भी जो नेगेटिव like अपन को भी वो सिचुएशन में रह के अपने में भी थोड़ा इतना चेंजेस आया होता है तो we need to go back to our natural state of mind तो उसके लिए यू कंटिन्यू थेरापी बट शी सेड दैट नो आई डोंट वांट टू डू दैट एंड शी इज लाइक उसमें कुछ नया नहीं बोलते एंड वो जो बोलते वो तो मुझे ऑलरेडी पता है आई ट्राइड टू like I tried a lot to convince her that you will never know that what point will help you out in future so for that reason you
Right.
should continue but she is like currently she is not in a state of mind to continue this process.
Right, right. Shreya, thanks for sharing. If she is absolutely right, और वो ठीक है अभी वो अपना अपना खुद का कुछ कर रही है and if she is happy with herself, that's fine, Shreya. But
Yeah, she is
okay, let me tell
actually
you one thing.
she is very happy and ये सब जब खत्म होगा उसके पहले तो वो ऑलरेडी बाहर निकल गई होगी. She is doing quite well,
Right,
touch wood. Yeah,
right, right. क्योंकि थेरेपी अलग होता है, कोचिंग अलग
I
होता है.
know,
Just to
I
give you a
know,
little perspective,
I know, I
श्रेया,
know.
कि हमारे पास कई वुमेन आए हैं जो हमने बात की है उनसे. ये पता नहीं ये औरतें कहाँ कहाँ गई होगी मतलब थेरेपिस्ट मानो या ये बोलो वो बोलो पता नहीं they went to so many places but only after talking to us they really felt the difference and the healing has actually begun. So I'm not trying to promote anamify here or coaches but आपको अगर लगता है that if your sister needs help हमसे एक बार बात करा देना. I'm not asking to hire us for
Definitely.
coaching but
Yeah.
we will arrive at something called clarity where हम लोग clarity call करते हैं लोगों के साथ. पहला कॉल होता है हमारा, ठीक है, वो करवा लेना और maybe she would arrive at a place where she would understand whether she is healed or not. ये आपको समझाना चाह रहा था.
I
ठीक है,
know. Actually, I'm a psychology
getting
student, so I know.
very good.
Yeah, I know
So
there
you
are so many patterns to be healed. So इसलिए like I
correct,
can't tell her everything because I am a
correct,
student and she is not a psychology student तो मैं उसको सब कुछ नहीं बता सकती. तो and I am a student still. I have not started therapy. तो मुझे भी नहीं पता होता कि इस situation में कैसे करना है because I have not gone through that practical process
correct.
still.
And
So and I will
we
definitely
have
tell her to connect with you guys because ये
please
narcissist तो मुझे पहले से लगता था कि वो बंदा narcissist ही है. फिर तो ये पैटर्न्स
right,
आउटक्लो लाइक डिस्क्लोज होने लगी तो वो तो दिखने ही लगा था कि उसको तो खुद के ही पड़ी है बस.
absolutely. क्योंकि श्रेया डिस्ट्रैक्शन अलग बात होता है, सच में हील होना अलग बात होता है.
आई
No,
नो
that's where
राइट
I'm
या
trying to. जी
या
आप
या
बोल रहे थे कि आपकी सिस्टर शी इज इनटू सम पेंटिंग, शी इज इनटू सम डूइंग समथिंग एंड ऑल राइट.
या
डिस्ट्रैक्शन होना अलग है, सच में हील
हम्म
होना अलग है. Now, if
आई
you
नो
see, the Anamify team has Yeah, because you're a student, you can actually understand the language that I'm talking.
Yes.
कि हमको
Yes.
ना जी 25,000 hours का coaching experience है combined. 𝗕𝗓, we have 𝗕𝗓 who's been doing coaching last 2 decades. 1-2 साल नहीं, पिछले 20 साल से, ठीक है, हमारे टीम में. तो हम सब लोग उन्हीं के टीम के हैं, उन्हीं से बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं हम लोग. That's why I actually strongly encourage श्रेया कि आपको जब भी मौका मिले, अपने सिस्टर से हमको एक बार बात करवा दीजिए, so that
No, I
we
will
understand where is
definitely.
yeah, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Good.
Pakka.
All right.
Thank
Somebody
you.
raised hand. You're welcome, Shreya. Anybody else?
मैं एक्चुअली इसमें थोड़ा ऐड करना चाह रही थी कि मुझे भी बहुत बार ऐसा लगता था कि मेरे को किसी को सुनने की जरूरत नहीं, या मतलब ऐसे कुछ. तो उस टाइम है ना, मेरा मेरा पर्सनल बता रही हूँ मैं, कि मैं उस टाइम डिप्रेशन में थी, जब मुझे लगता था ना कि मुझे किसी की भी हेल्प की जरूरत नहीं है. फ्रेंकली एज उस टाइम मुझे सबसे ज्यादा हेल्प की जरूरत थी. अभी थोड़ा सा मैंने
Right.
ओवरकम किया है, बट मुझे लगता है कि मुझे और ओवरकम करने की जरूरत है. बट दिस सिचुएशन, आई श्योरली थिंक दैट थोड़ा सा डिप्रेशन का हो सकता है चांस, आई फील.
तो पल्लवी, आपको भी मैं यही एनकरेज करूंगा कि एक बार आप 1-to-1 हमसे बात कर लीजिएगा. पहले see,
Yes, surely, yes.
ये सब ना एजम्पशंस हैं कि शायद ये हो सकता है, वो हो सकता है, लेकिन हम क्लैरिटी तभी आ सकते हैं जब हम आपसे 1-to-1 बात करें और आपको डीपली जाने, क्योंकि देयर वुड बी सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट वी माइट बी आस्किंग which could trigger you, which could not trigger you, which you will be able to answer. आप समझ रहे हो ना मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? I'm sure Shreya and Pallavi you can understand.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
connect with us so that at least you know what's happening with you emotionally. आपके अंदर चल क्या रहा है?
Right.
And how do you heal that? How do you really heal that? That's more important, right? And Nilu, coming back to Nilu's question, कि what do we do with this kind of relationship? करे तो क्या करे भाई, ऐसे लोगों के साथ रहना. Option 1, listen, each one of you very carefully. Get out of the relationship right now. जितनी जल्दी हो सके, जितना दूर भाग सकते हो, भागो. It's impossible to live with them. It's toxic. People get into depression. People got into so many physical illnesses by staying with these people that you'll be shocked. Okay, that's your first and the best option. Second option, नीलू या किसी ने पूछ रहे थे कि what if you can't leave? बच्चे हैं, बच्चे बड़े हो गए हैं, फाइनेंशियल डिपेंडेंसी है, ठीक है, मतलब आप खुद शायद नॉट रियली अर्निंग, मे बी यू आर नॉट एम्प्लॉयड एंड यू आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन योर स्पाउस. व्हाट डू वी डू? आंसर इज मैनेज योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस. उनके साथ आप रह चुके हो, वो 4 साल हो या 15 साल हो या 10 साल. इफ यू कैन नॉट run away from this relationship or quit or give up, manage your expectations. Knowledge और बढ़ाओ narcissism के बारे में as to how to deal with this kind of disorder. ये इसको बोलते हैं NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Unfortunately, इसका कोई diagnosis नहीं है. आप किसी को जाके ये नहीं बोल सकते कि आप narcissist हो. There is no diagnosis. And I have also given you a statement. When narcissist himself says that I am a narcissist, even those kind of relationship will never survive. मेरी केस में मेरी फ्रेंड थी, गर्लफ्रेंड थी, जो भी थी, 9 months का रिलेशनशिप था, and that's when I studied this disorder very deeply. ठीक है, बहुत स्टडी किया मैंने नार्सिसिज्म के बारे में, टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप्स के बारे में, लोग क्यों होते हैं, क्या होते हैं. मैंने पिछले ऑलमोस्ट लास्ट 2 घंटे बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग. एंड आई हैव गिवन यू द माइन्यूट ऑफ डिटेल्स एज टू नार्सिसिस्ट बनते कैसे हैं, लेके उनके साथ करना क्या है. ये मेरे साथ हुआ है लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, मेरे साथ खुद के साथ हुआ है. इसलिए आई एम एबल टू टेल यू why Seema is able to share her experience, because she has gone through it. Why Pallavi is sharing? Because she's been through it. Why Shreya is able to share about her sister? Because we've been through it. So फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, बेस्ट ऑप्शन, इनको जितना जल्दी छोड़ सको छोड़ दो। वो रेड फ्लैग्स जो आपने नजरअंदाज किए, यू यू ओवरलुक दोज रेड फ्लैग्स, अभी कुछ देर नहीं हुआ है। इफ यू कैन, प्लीज कम आउट ऑफ दिस रिलेशनशिप एज सुन एज पॉसिबल। सेकेंड ऑप्शन, आप नहीं आ सकते, प्लीज मैनेज योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस, और नार्सिसिज्म पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर के बारे में गेन मोर नॉलेज ऑन हाउ टू हैंडल दीज काइंड ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स और डिसऑर्डर्स। वो भी है, ठीक है, वो भी कर सकते हैं। दैट इफ यू कैन नॉट कम आउट ऑफ इट as bravely as Seema has done or anybody has done here, please manage your expectations and उनके साथ कैसी बातें करना चाहिए, उनको कैसा रेस्पॉन्ड करना चाहिए, ये सब आपको सीखना पड़ेगा। क्योंकि देयर कुड बी मेनी रीजंस, फाइनेंशियल डिपेंडेंसी, बच्चे हो गए, आप छोड़ के नहीं जा सकते, बच्चे को मम्मा चाहिए, ठीक है, पापा भी चाहिए, तो क्या करोगे, राइट? So these are the two things, Neelu. Did that answer your question, Neelu? What has to be done with this kind of
Yeah, I'm
relationship?
listening. Yeah.
Where we can learn
So,
this?
yeah, so you said ki manage your expectations, like in what sense and how? Can you give some example?
Gain more knowledge about this narcissistic personality disorder. What kind of things actually trigger them? Thanks, Abhinav. Thanks, guys. Very interesting session. Thanks, Abhinav. Can I ask you a request? Could you please drop in a beautiful, nice comment in the conscious relationship circle as to how was this call and what did you learn? It would be fantastic. The reason I'm asking you to do that, and not only Abhinav, to all the ladies who are present here, to encourage others to attend these open discussions so that we can help them. उनको पता चले कि उनको हेल्प चाहिए, ठीक है? That's what we wanted to do. Abhinav, thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
So, किसी ने पूछा कि ये कहाँ सीखा जा सकता है? You have to have somebody who is an expert in narcissism, who would tell you how to behave with them, what to hide with them, what to talk with them. ये बहुत मतलब it's not a rocket science. You already lived with them. Or example, okay. Somebody has example. Narcissist के साथ ना कभी भी अपना खुशी शेयर मत करो. Never ever share about your success, how happy you are, because they will pull you down like a crab mentality और आपको नीचे फेंक के मारेंगे उनकी बातों से. Do you all agree? Did you all face this? मतलब they will deny your feelings, they deny your emotions, your success. Never share something which gives you joy with a narcissist, because they will deny that ये तो फेक, मतलब ऐसे हो गया होगा, आपका क्या अचीव कर सकते हैं. This is one of the things which narcissists are very good at.
I
So
agree to
you have
this. I have
you
experienced
agree?
this. Yes,
I also
I have
agree to this
experienced this.
completely.
Matlab, when I have shared something happiness with him, he has, instead of being happy, he talks about opposite things. And then he makes you feel that इतनी कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, कुछ ऐसा कुछ अचीव नहीं कर लिया, कोई तीर नहीं मार लिया. I mean, degrade, or you can say demotivate
Yeah,
is
so
the word.
Neelu,
Yeah, that's the word.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
so so Neelu, I used to work when I got married,
Mm-hmm.
and before my son, my career was at a very good point where you will just go beyond that, like higher and higher. So every day I was set this intense by him कि तू कोई पैसे कमा रही है तो कोई तीर नहीं मार रही है, तू रहेगी पाँव की जूती ही हमेशा. And I used to be like, what did I just heard? And there was disrespect. So आज तक he says कि तेरे पैसे कमाने ना कमाने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. सो देन आई रियलाइज कि यहाँ पे तो यार मैं अगर अपने आप को बिल्डअप भी कर लूं, अगर मैं मस्त भी हो जाऊं, तो वो एक सड़ा हुआ पार्ट ना हमेशा मुझे तंग करता रहेगा. आई कैन नॉट लिव विद अ सड़ा हुआ पार्ट. आई कैन ओनली हील दैट पार्ट. सो आई थॉट आई एक्चुअली जस्ट cut off
I
this
so
thing
relate to
and
these words also, because even I talk myself like this only कि कुछ भी कर लो, like
no,
you
but
are like
actually वो
कोई तीर
फैक्ट
नहीं
है,
मार
कुछ
रहे
भी
हो आप,
कर लो,
कुछ नहीं. हाँ, वही मैं कह रही हूँ, कुछ भी तीर नहीं मार रहे हो
you
आप.
cannot make them happy. और
Yes,
अब तो मैं
seriously.
एक्चुअली हंसने लग गई हूँ, बिकॉज जब उसके बिकॉज मैं उससे सेपरेट हो गई हूँ, चाहे मैं डिफिकल्ट टाइम से जा रही हूँ, बट लाइक आई सेड, आई एम ब्रीदिंग
Mm,
इन the environment now. Okay, I still have imprints of it. I need my more healing, my more time to myself. But then अब मैं वो डील कर सकती हूँ दूर से जब वो ऐसी बातें लिखता है, and I smile because I'm like ये नहीं बदला, ये बदल भी नहीं सकता, ये सुधरेगा ही नहीं, तभी तो इसको मैंने छोड़ा है. Why you getting into it? So
Yeah.
otherwise जब मैं उसके साथ थी तब I used to take a toll on myself, used to be depressive. So अगर मुझे कोई मेरे से मेरे शादीशुदा डेज में मिला होता तो I was like such a depressed person. I have put on weight like hell. I'm like become something else only. अब मैं जब बाहर आई हूँ ना तो मैं धीरे धीरे I'm building myself because I lost my confidence in being with him.
I
And
agree.
स्टीम तो
And
मतलब आपकी आइडेंटिटी तो जीरो हो जाती है.
Zero.
and or Sima, to add to what you just said, Sima, कि let me share कि वो feeling क्या होता है, मतलब what are those common or regular feelings if you're in a relationship with this narcissistic relationship, not the person. पहला तो होता है feeling not good enough, self doubt होता है, second guessing करते हैं, क्या क्या मैं सच में अच्छी हूँ,
Yeah.
क्या मैं सच में सब कुछ जानती हूँ.
मुझे हमेशा यही फीलिंग आती थी.
हमेशा से यार. So agree.
और लिस्ट है, सुनो. You are chronically apologetic, मतलब
Oh,
हमेशा
Yeah.
माफी
True.
मांगते
sorry
हैं.
for everything.
ठीक है,
Yes.
या
Yes.
सॉरी फॉर एवरीथिंग. ओके, एंड
Yes.
लिस्ट और है सुनना.
पैसिव
कंफ्यूजन
एग्रेसिव भी हो जाते हैं ना.
हाँ.
हाँ,
Yes.
कंफ्यूजन होता है एज इफ यू आर लूजिंग योर माइंड, मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि आप पागल हो रहे हो,
Oh, too
एंड
much.
मुझे ये आज भी फील होता है. ये आई हैव नॉट ओवरकम
नहीं
दिस
नहीं,
बट
फील तो जो होता है आपके आसपास के लोग भी आपको ये फील कराते हैं कि यू आर
because
ओनली रॉन्ग, यू आर ओनली
हाँ.
क्रिएटिंग ड्रामा. तो फिर
हाँ.
और अपना जो डाउट हमें हो रहा होता है वो हमारे को स्ट्रांगली खुद को ही फील होने लग जाता है.
हाँ, और
शायद
अब
हम
तो
ही
मैं इतना
हाँ.
कंफ्यूज हो गई, मतलब कुछ भी इतना कंफ्यूजन हो गया मेरी लाइफ में, वो निकल ही नहीं रही हूँ मैं तो उससे, ऐसा हो गया.
तो हेल्पलेसनेस और होपलेसनेस एक फॉर्म हो जाता है. ये मैं आपको फीलिंग्स बता रहा हूँ कि इनके साथ रिलेशनशिप में रहने से होता क्या है, वो विक्टिम को होता क्या है. द फीलिंग ऑफ सैडनेस होता है या डिप्रेशन हो जाता है. दे आर ऑलवेज एंशियस एंड वरीड, हमेशा वरी में रहते हैं. ठीक है, कि ये बात बोल दूं तो क्या बोलेगा, वो बात बोल दूं तो चिल्ला देगा, और ये तोड़ देगा घर पे, या वो तोड़ देगा. ठीक है, यू आर ऑलवेज
यस
वरीड
यस.
एंड यू आर अनसेटल्ड बोलते हैं इसको, मतलब मन कभी शांत नहीं रहता है विक्टिम का.
ट्रू.
ठीक है, एंड ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है, मेरे साथ हुआ था. आई वांट टू रियली स्ट्रेस अबाउट दिस थिंग एंड आई एम श्योर लेडीज वुड अग्री. You will not take any pleasure out of life and activities that you once gave you pleasure. जो आप खुशी खुशी पहले करते थे वो आप सब छोड़ चुके होते थे. Right? Am I
बिलीव
right by
करोगे,
saying?
100%. मुझे इतना अच्छा लगता था खाना बनाना, सबको खाना खिलाना, और आज मुझे नफरत हो गई है खाना बनाने से. मेरे को किचन में जाना भी नहीं पसंद. मैं इतना
Same
शौक था
here.
कि
I used to bake a lot. मतलब
यार
cakes
मेरे को
my second identity थी. But now I just
मेरा भी
don't
सेकंड
know
आइडेंटिटी
only
था.
कि
और
मुझे
आई वाज
बनाना भी है. Yes.
सीरियसली मैं, और अब आज भी जब मैं पेंटिंग्स करती हूँ या मैं सेल करती हूँ, मैंने स्टार्टिंग में मेरे हस्बैंड को बताया, उसके रिएक्शंस ऐसे होते थे, मुझे ऐसा लगता था वो जल रहा है मुझसे, या फिर मेरे को इतना डिग्रेड करता था. फिर मेरे को उसने ये बोला शुरू किया कि नहीं, तेरी कमाई से ही घर चलेगा, तू कमाएगी ना. मतलब वो तो खुद कमा नहीं रहा था, तो तेरी कमाई से घर चलाएंगे, क्या दिक्कत है, ये है वो है, मतलब. और फिर
तो
अब तो मैंने
तभी
बताना ही
तो
बंद
पल
किया.
भी
हाँ.
तभी तो पल भी like we all are sharing with each other. You cannot make them happy. Like I've understood it कि मैं अगर उसको
हाँ.
ब्लड डोनेट भी करने जाऊंगी ना तो
हाँ.
कहेगा नहीं यार तेरा ब्लड ना बहुत ज्यादा थिक है, ये बहुत ज्यादा
हाँ.
मैरून कलर में क्यों है, ये रेड नहीं है यार
मैंने
प्रॉपर.
मैंने
So you
लिटरली
Oh
cannot please
God.
them beyond a.
I relate to this also, Seema. अभी
मैं
थोड़े टाइम
बताऊं.
पहले my husband he went under a surgery and I went to with him to Delhi. वहां जाके सर्जरी करना था. So in spite of all these इतना मतलब रिलेशनशिप अच्छा ना होने के बावजूद भी, but as a being human and obviously as a wife, अपने अंदर तो वो होता ही है ना फिर भी feeling. तो I just went ahead and I was there taking care and everything I was doing for him. बट एक तो बारी ऐसा हुआ कि लाइक ही वॉज इन पेन जो भी सर्जरी के बाद. तो लेट नाइट्स ही यूज टू गेट अप. तो मेरी उसकी हर आर्ट्स जैसे ऑब्वियसली इवन वी गेट डिस्टर्ब अगर आप पास में सो रहे हो तो if a person is unwell, तो obviously you are taking care कि चलो ठीक है या जो भी है. I mean you are also not sleeping properly because at the mind you are always there with them कि कोई problem तो नहीं हो रही है. So you are taking care. एंड जब फिर मुझे दो तीन बारी ऐसा हुआ कि मुझे मॉर्निंग में जाके नींद आई 4-5 बजे. एंड ऑब्वियसली ही वाज इन पेन, तो उसको तो नींद ही नहीं आई. एंड देन ही टोल्ड मी कि मेरे लिए ये बना दो चाय और समथिंग. तो मैंने नींद में बोल दिया कि थोड़ी देर में आई विल गो. एंड ऐसा एक दो बारी हो गया. एंड देन इट इज लाइक ही हैज स्टार्टेड सेइंग तो मेरे साथ गई क्यों थी, तुमने तो मेरा ध्यान ही नहीं रखा. एंड नाउ हिज सिस्टर आल्सो सेज ऑल दीज थिंग्स. I mean, they just see the one part of it. And when I was awake with him all the night, and 5 बजे मेरी नींद लगी, and he's saying चाय बना दो, and मैंने सिर्फ इतना बोला कि no, I cannot get up right now, थोड़ा सा जैसे नींद में ही बोला. एंड उस सीन का इतना सीन क्रिएट हो गया कि तुम गई ही क्यों, तुमने किया ही क्या है, तुमने चाय नहीं बना के दी. एंड आई एम लाइक जस्ट लाइक यू आर सेइंग सीमा कि खून भी दे दो, तो रेड क्यों है, तो पर्पल क्यों है, तो मरून क्यों है. इट इज द सेम थिंग.
Yeah, but also I would like
मतलब
to
वैसे आप
add.
उनके साथ दर्द में सारे टाइम हो, लेकिन आपको अगर नींद आ गई और आपने नींद में जस्ट बोल दिया कि अभी थोड़ी
You're
देर
not
में, वो
allowed, na?
आपने क्यों
You're at a
बोला.
mercy
यस.
of them. You're at a mercy of them. So, like somebody else, I guess in the beginning, I don't know if she's there with us on the call. Um, somebody shared about her childhood. That utho to utho. Okay, but what is the down now? Aage kya? So I want to really tell you guys one thing is this: ये open mics हो रहे हैं, ये सब कुछ हो रहा है. Everything is happening for a reason in your life, but accepting it and then just standing there and not taking out a solution, at least for me, I would say that doesn't work like that. I've been there. So I would just, before I could drop the call, because my son's exam is there, so I have to put him to the bed. So I just want to sum up from my side is to you guys. See, we all know what is gaslighting. We all know now what is narcissism. We all have wasted 15 good years. Even our children are turning up to be narcissists. But then where is the stop to all of it? Is it just accepting it, being aware, or actually doing something about it? So what I decided for myself, the journey has never been easy for me. My childhood was not stable. My teenager was not stable because of this entire narcissist thing that used to happen in my family. And as a child, you're not capable of understanding. I wasted my entire 40 damn years. It's gone. So am I like in a position to waste 40 damn more years? First, I don't know that I'm going to be staying that long on this earth. So what actually motivates me was this: यार जब इतना गलत लोगों के साथ में सही रह के करके देख लिया और कुछ नहीं हुआ, so let me try just once for myself, in the sense देखते हैं how life would be. Maybe क्या पता अच्छी हो जाए. Why should I only think कि ऐसे ही है, ठीक है, I've been a depression, but I've come out of the other side. If I'm standing here, then there has to be a good ending to my life. So I would just say कि just don't keep just contemplating. Yes, contemplation is very important because you understand what is happening to you. But if you really want to uh, heal yourself, then the journey has to begin within yourself. So many a times ये नार्सिज्म भी कहाँ से आ रहा है, फिर हम क्यों ऐसे अट्रैक्ट करते हैं, ये सब हमें पता चल गया. बट आर वी पुटिंग अ स्टॉप टू इट, और वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू बी विद दिस थॉट्स एंड रात को जाके और फिर अगली बारी. For a very long time, जब मैं इन रिलेशनशिप से बाहर निकली, I realized I was in a victim mode. And why I call it a more dangerous one, because उसमें कुछ भी नहीं. I used to just find the new shoulders, new people, new set of people. And believe me when I say I have no shame in accepting it. I've been to most of the healers. So spiritual shopping I started कि कहाँ मेरा प्लेटफॉर्म में मैं बात कर सकती
I do same
हूँ.
thing. I do same thing.
But
Spiritual
Neelu, I put it
shopping.
in end. I put it in end, and I should say, Akarma was a hit hard on me. It was like in the clarity call. मतलब, he was, because he's talking with an experience. So he told me few things, and it just went like it hit me really bad. And I was like, my victim mode was so shattered. I was like, how can a person talk to me like this? What is he saying? Because my victim mode likes to be like that. So मुझे कुछ solution नहीं निकालना, मुझे बस बोलना है और मेरे को बस इधर जाना है उधर जाना है. मैं ये करती जा रही थी. अब जब अकर्मा से मैंने क्लैरिटी कॉल लिया, so I realized I cannot do beyond this. एंड वेरी ट्रू, आई एम वेस्टिंग माई लाइफ एंड टाइम एंड एनर्जी। जब मैंने फिर वहां से अपना उनके सिंसियरली उनकी बातों से, एंड आई टोल्ड हिम दैट आई हैव फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज, सो they have been, Anamika has been so cooperative. They told me e-learnings कर लो. So I was like, e-learnings क्या है, वो तो ऐसे ही जाके पढ़ना होगा. But when I started doing, I realized कि काफी काम तो मैं खुद ही कर सकती हूँ. And अगर मेरे finances ठीक होते then I can take them as in coaching also. But काम तो ultimately मुझे ही करना है. Akarma, Anamika, Kumar and Vanshika can be good mentors, but unless I put an effort, nothing will move. So when I started doing the work, मेरे को अपने anxious style से पता चला कि मैं anxious रहती हूँ because of these reasons, कि मेरे को ये सारी आदतें हैं. अब जब मुझे अपने बारे में पहले पता ही नहीं था और अब पता है, तो I've stopped that pattern of attracting narcissist people and I know कि मुझे ये नहीं चलेगा. मुझे अकेले चलेगा, बट मुझे रॉन्ग लोग नहीं चाहिए अब ना. और दिस इज नॉट ओनली इन माय रिलेशनशिप्स, but it's happening in the friendships also, because my energy has changed. So the minute anybody who's not I'm able to deal with, and my energy is telling me something is wrong, I just drop them without even thinking, because I have wasted my life too much on wrong people. Now it's my time. So I've taken the accountability कि मुझे काम करना है. And each one of us should take it, because life is beautiful. Each one of is beautiful, यार. And जब आप यहाँ आए हो, take it as a sign from God that you are being given a second chance. Now grabbing it and working on it is totally your ownership. They can only guide us with pointers, many things. बट यहाँ से जर्नी खुद की है. तभी मैं बोल रही हूँ कि ये तो हम बोल रहे हैं ना कि ये इतना मुश्किल था. अरे बाबा, कुछ मुश्किल नहीं था. जो उसका जो अनलर्न करना है ना, वो मुश्किल है, और वो सबसे बड़ा काम है जो कि हमने ही करना है.
एक्चुअली
नो,
बिकॉज
एकदम
वो
सही
इसलिए भी
बात.
नहीं कर पाते हैं बिकॉज वो वाला बिहेवियर सहने की और वो सबके ऊपर इतना वो करने की इतनी आदत पड़ चुकी है. लाइक कुमार सेठ की वो हमारी हैबिट में आ चुका है कि अगर हम मिनट उसका कुछ ऑपोजिट करने का भी सोचते हैं तो हमारा अंदर का विक्टिम हुड ये बोलने लग जाता है कि नो दैट इज लाइक यू ओनली सेड ना
करेक्ट.
कुमार. वी स्टार्ट अट्रैक्टिंग, मतलब अगर हमें राइट पर्सन के साथ भी
एंड्योर
अगर हम
करने
मिल रहे
देता
हैं तो देन
सहना.
वी स्टार्ट सेइंग कि केमिस्ट्री नहीं है या वॉट एवर, वी आर नॉट एबल टू जेल बिकॉज वी आर नॉट able to we feel home with those feelings only, क्योंकि वो बंदा अगर हमें
easy to
अच्छा फील
blame
करा
also
रहा
ना.
है या
इतना तो सीख ही गए ना रह के उनके
ओ
साथ.
माय गॉड मतलब दिस
So
इज जस्ट
thanks,
हाय रे यार.
thanks, thanks to Seema. Thanks for all the those kind and amazing words, Seema. And yes, पता है, ladies, कि बहुत लोगों को क्यों मुश्किल लगता है, क्योंकि अपने आप पे काम करना बहुत मुश्किल है. दूसरों को उंगली उठा के दिखाना बहुत आसान है कि आप गलत हो, आपने ये सही नहीं किया, आपने वो सही नहीं. बट वर्किंग ऑन योर ओन सेल्फ इज द मोस्ट toughest thing, and that's exactly what you have to do. And for that,
Truly.
as Seema was mentioning, there are three things. एक तो आप ई लर्निंग जर्नीज हैं हमारे, जो anamify.com में जाके आप सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हो, जो आपको महीने भर का जो वट एवर टूल्स हैं एक पिज्जा के कॉस्ट से कम में मिलेंगे.
I must say I have done my grief उसमें किया है मैंने, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो सो हेल्पफुल बिकॉज हम यही सोच रहे थे ना, हमने वेस्ट कर दिया टाइम, हमने इतना टाइम अपनी लाइफ वेस्ट कर दी, हमें क्यों नहीं
करेक्ट.
समझ में आ रहा था. तो हमें कोई रीजन था
करेक्ट.
जो नहीं समझ में आ रहा था और हम लोग वो पैटर्न रिपीट करके अट्रैक्ट कर रहे थे. दैट इज ऑल्सो ट्रू. सो वी शुड ऑल्सो नॉट ब्लेम आवर सेल्फ ऑल्सो कि वाई वी वर डूइंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो
करेक्ट.
वो दैट
करेक्ट.
ग्रीफिंग इज ऑल्सो वे. यू गाइज ऑलवेज टेल की अटैचमेंट स्टाइल करो, but I must say grieving is as important as doing attachment style. बिकॉज हम लोग अपने
एब्सोल्युटली.
आप में बहुत ज्यादा वो कर रहे होते हैं कि हमने ऐसा क्यों होने दिया, हमने क्यों नहीं स्पीकअप किया. बट हमने क्यों नहीं किया बिकॉज हमें आता ही नहीं था, और फिर
और
हम उसी में ही रो भी रहे हैं कि हम ऐसे ही करते जा रहे हैं. एंड वी फील डिप्रेस, वी फील कि हमने इतने साल वेस्ट कर दिया. अब हम बाहर जाके करेंगे, अगर इफ वी गो आउट ऑफ दिस ऑल्सो तो हम क्या कर पाएंगे. And then
yeah,
sometimes I don't know, but sometimes we don't get the family support also, like from parent side कि
sometimes I don't have it
why
only.
you guys are doing. हाँ
I don't
हाँ
have
वो
it.
अलग
And
बात है बट
Akarma ने, नीलू,
हम्म
when Akarma suggest me after attachment style, जब मैंने उनको बताया ना कि मेरे को ऐसा फील होने लग गया है, ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, तो he said you haven't grieved well because you are
yeah
like, so I was like, grieving से क्या होने वाला है. So he just told me just go through e-learning, you already have subscribed for it and hear it. And I was like, okay, चलो चलते हैं, ये भी try कर लेते हैं. You won't believe it, जब मैंने grieving करा, मैं 4-5 हफ्तों के लिए 4-5 हफ्ते एट अ स्ट्रेच आई वाज ओनली क्राइंग।
आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट मैं उसके पहले भी जब भी कुछ फील कर रही होती हूँ तो आई यूज टू गो इन द वॉशरूम, दैट इज माई सेफेस्ट प्लेस। मैं कितनी कितनी देर तक सिर्फ आई सिट इन द वॉशरूम एंड आई क्राई। मैं पानी खोल देती हूँ कि बाहर तक आवाज ना आए। एंड आई हैव डन दिस लॉट मेनी टाइम्स। एंड जब अब ग्रीविंग के थ्रू अब मैं ये कर रही हूँ ना, आई फील सो लाइट। पहले आई यूज टू क्वेश्चन माई सेल्फ व्हाई आई एम क्राइंग लाइक अ किड, मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ ये सब, बट आ रहा है ऑब्वियसली तो आई एम क्राइंग। बट नाउ व्हेन आई क्राई I feel very light. And before going to attachment style, I think we should first grieve.
एब्सोल्युटली, थैंक्स नीलू। तो निमिता हो, नीलू, पल्लवी, श्रेया, कविता, सीमा, प्रेरणा,
मैंने
पहले तो
फर्स्ट
ना
टाइम ज्वाइन
आप
किया
ई
है।
लर्निंग अच्छा, ये कॉल आपने फर्स्ट टाइम ज्वाइन किया पल्लवी?
हाँ हाँ, आप लोगों से सबसे फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने आज तक मतलब ग्रुप में मैं हूँ 1 महीने से ऑलमोस्ट, बट कुछ भी
राइट,
एक्टिविटी मैंने फॉलो अप नहीं की, बट आज पता नहीं क्यों।
Same here. I
अच्छा।
attended for the first time and I loved it.
थैंक यू सो मच श्रेया एंड पल्लवी। तो मैं आपको ना पहले क्या सजेस्ट करता हूँ, द मोस्ट economical model, which is subscribe to our e-learning journeys. नीलू ने, सीमा ने ऑलरेडी बात कर चुके हैं उसके बारे में, ग्रीविंग के बारे में, अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स के बारे में। सेकेंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, अगर आपको फास्ट फॉरवर्ड करना है एंड इफ यू कैन अफोर्ड, 1-to-1 कोचिंग हमारे साथ, अकर्मी के साथ, टीम के साथ, हम अनामिफाई टीम के साथ। थर्ड थिंग, आपको दूसरे तरीके से हील होना है, प्लीज प्लीज कम फॉर आवर रिट्रीट। जो
I'm planning
रिट्रीट
to come
अभी,
this time, March में।
फैंटास्टिक फैंटास्टिक नीलू, इट विल एक्चुअली
क्या
फास्ट
चीज?
फॉरवर्ड।
Because मैंने grieving कर लिया है and I'm doing attachment style, so now I really feel कि I have to now really meet you guys and I have to really go through this journey of
यस,
retreat. So
क्योंकि
I feel
क्योंकि
myself only कि now I'm feeling ready to go for this.
फैंटास्टिक।
What are
तो
you talking about?
Pallavi, the what Neelu is talking about or what I am talking about is something called retreat. Retreat जो हम लोग सिर्फ वुमेन के लिए करते हैं, where we invite them to a location, to a different location, where सिर्फ आप और हम कोचेस साथ में 2 दिन रहते हैं, where we will do such kind of processes where you heal with all your hurt, ट्रॉमा, जो भी आपने बचपन से झेला है या जिंदगी में आपने जो भी हर्ट हुआ है, बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दैट, राइट, उसके वजह से आवर लाइफ इज शेप्ड सर्टन वे टू रियली फास्ट फॉरवर्ड योर हीलिंग। जब हील हो जाते हो ना, रॉन्ग पीपल विल नॉट कम इनटू योर लाइफ, दे विल ड्रॉप ऑफ एज दोस ड्राई लीव्स। पतझड़ के टाइम पे होता है ना, जो पत्ते बस झड़ जाते हैं,
Yeah,
लोग
Mm.
लोग लोग वैसे आपकी जिंदगी से चले जाएंगे ऑटोमेटिकली। ठीक है, मेरे साथ हुआ है, बिकॉज आई नो, थैंक्स टू अकर्मा, वरना शायद शायद ही मैं वो नार्सिसिस्टिक रिलेशनशिप से बाहर आ पाता। ठीक है, सो पल्लवी, ये रिट्रीट है जो वुमेन के लिए करते हैं हम लोग, जो अभी दिल्ली में हुआ था रिसेंटली, अकर्मा और अनामिका ने होस्ट किया वहाँ
हाँ,
पे।
मैंने देखा था,
हाँ,
हाँ।
करेक्ट, कुछ लोगों ने अटेंड किया वहाँ पे। एंड नाउ अकर्मा एंड अनामिका देयर ऑन वेकेशन, दे विल बी बैक नेक्स्ट वेंसडे। अभी जो वेंसडे आ रहा है ना, वेंसडे कॉल ओपन डिस्कशन में रहेंगे, वो भी मेरा ही कुछ टॉपिक होगा, बिकॉज वेंसडेज आई डू इट, फ्राइडेज वंशिका ओपन डिस्कशन करती है और संडे अकर्मा और अनामिका करती है। So that's about retreat, Pallavi. If you want to know more, don't hesitate to ping us and ask more about us कि next retreat कहाँ हो रहा है, because Neelu is already saying that she is
I
ready.
think it is in Bangalore happening.
Okay.
ओके।
Yeah.
सो बट उसके पहले जो कोर्स है वो कौन सा वाला है
हाँ,
वो?
उसके पहले ना पल्लवी, what you have to do is go to anamify.com, वहाँ पे e-learning journeys करके आपको दिखेंगे, आपको वहाँ पे लॉग इन होके आपको रजिस्टर करना है।
ओके।
आई डोंट नो हाउ मच इट इज, मे बी इट इज 297 पर मंथ, ऐसा कुछ है। वहां पे हमारे ऑडियो कोर्सेज होंगे। ठीक है, जैसे नीलू बता रही थी, सीमा बता रहे थे कि अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स हो गया, ग्रीविंग हो गया, सेटिंग हेल्दी बाउंड्रीज हो गया। पहले तो ये सजेस्ट करता हूँ, ईच वन ऑफ यू जो भी सुन रहे हैं मुझे आज, कविता, श्रेया, प्रेरणा, निमिता, आप सब लोग ना पहले तो ई लर्निंग जर्नीज में सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, बिकॉज see, we don't want you to spend huge money to really come out of this. First, understand your patterns. See why you are the way you are, why you are going through whatever you are going through, what are your patterns, ये trauma क्या है, बचपन में क्या हुआ था, why you are sticking to this kind of relationships, ये पहले अपने आप के बारे में जानो। After that, if you think you need additional support, we are here. We will coach you one to one, and you can come for retreat. But to all the ladies out here who are listening, I highly encourage you to come for next retreat, which is going to be outstanding. आप इन सब thoughts और patterns से बाहर आ सकते हो. It is possible. And let me tell you, I'm not boasting about Anamify. We had ladies जो जैसे सीमा बोल रही थी spiritual shopping, which सीमा also done it. कहाँ कहाँ नहीं गए वो. Therapist हो गया, counseling बोलते हैं कोई, कोई ये बोलते हैं, कोई वो बोलते हैं. But after they spoke to us, just on the clarity call, you know what they said? This is one of the best calls that I have ever attended in my life. I think I found what I was looking for. Not to brag about ourselves, but we know what we do. I am with Akarma last 3+ years. I know how many coachings we have done, how many lives we have touched, how many women we are coaching and girls that we are coaching. We are so retreat would be the best thing. उससे पहले, I suggest you to subscribe for e-learning journeys. Relationships basics तो जान लो. No, we all just get raised with whatever parent narcissistic हो या जो भी हो. We just get raised. लोग बोलते हैं स्कूल जाओ, पढ़ाई करो, नौकरी लाओ, शादी कर लो, बस यही चल रहा है. We don't even know what are the important things. You know, पता है setting boundaries कितना important thing है. Am I right, Seema, by saying this? Setting healthy boundaries is such an important thing.
Most important, even whether you are with a narcissist,
Oh my God.
narcissist father, mother, daughter, whatever. If you don't know
Then
how to set your
in correct any relationship.
yeah,
Any
It's
relationship.
anywhere, yeah.
it's very essential. We
That,
are not made to learn that. I mean,
yeah,
people take us for granted, and then it
absolutely.
becomes a
And then there
difficult.
is one program on how why people take you for granted. That is also is very good.
Correct.
Like
Yeah,
then you
Correct.
come to know
I've
about
gone
ki
through
why.
all.
Even I've
I've
gone through
three,
all.
three, four times. You know.
जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया था तो आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी मैंने सब वीडियोस सुने एंड आई डिडंट कॉन्टेम्पलेट आई जस्ट वांटेड टू नो इट वाज आई वाज सो क्यूरियस नाउ आई एम डूइंग अगेन by contemplating also.
Very
So
good. Very good, Nilu.
yeah, first I have
So,
gone through all like spiritual shopping कहते हैं like we are talking इसमें e-learning में भी मैंने पहले वही किया सारे जैसे होता है ना सारी shops में जाके देख लिया कि क्या 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 है so even for granted is also too good. So now I have
absolutely.
started doing contemplation and going deep.
Yeah, fantastic. नीलू और एक सीक्रेट बताऊं e-learning journeys के बारे में.
Yeah.
अगर आपने अगर आपने एक ऑडियो ऑलरेडी सुन भी लिया, एक टॉपिक ऑलरेडी सुन भी लिया, जैसे सीमा
Yeah.
बता रहे थे, go and listen to it second time, go and listen to it
I'm
third
doing.
time, go
Yes.
and listen
Yes.
to it fourth time. I'm
Yes.
telling you and I promise you that every time you listen, आपको कुछ नया point मिलेगा उसमें,
I have
and you'll be shocked.
subscribed third time. I have subscribed
Wow,
third time this e-learning. So I've been doing this only. Repeating and repeating,
fantastic,
listening again and now contemplating.
fantastic, fantastic. So 2 घंटे 20 मिनट से बात कर रहे हैं. Can you imagine?
Sorry. Oh God.
पिछले 7 बजे शुरू किया. It's 9:20 now. आपने पता नहीं खाना नहीं खाया या खाना नहीं चाहते. I don't know. You're not the dinner,
We
but
also want to have a
it was a fantastic discussion with each one of you ladies.
Yes.
Believe me. हमको ना जो सीमा पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, नीलू कर रही है, पल्लवी, प्रेरणा एंड ऑल, हमको अच्छा लगता है कि we have created such a platform where people can come and be vulnerable and and share their challenges. No?
Yes, being vulnerable, matlab, actually you feel safe space ki where you
Correct.
are not being judged and everywhere everybody is around like doing this saying the same thing and you resonate with that and then we come up with the solutions and talking with each other and giving suggestions and sabse main baat we feel heard and being understood which is more
Absolutely.
important which we don't feel outside at all.
Thank you so much for that. Man. Thank you so much. Yes, Shreya, आप कुछ बोलना चाहते हो? You just raised your hand.
Yeah, actually, when I started to tell the story, I told that it is my near and dear ones, and then I felt safe to actually, tell that it is the problem of my real sister. So yeah, in that way, I felt that this platform is really good. I don't know why I didn't join any of the previous calls, but yeah, definitely I'm going to attend more of it in future, whenever I am
See
getting
you.
time or anything.
See you in all of
Absolutely.
the future ones.
Yes, yes.
And श्रेया, believe me, मतलब एक कॉल में आपको इतना अच्छा लग रहा है तो एवरी वेडनेसडे, फ्राइडे, संडे अलग अलग टॉपिक्स में ये कॉल्स
Yeah,
होते हैं
actually,
रिलेशनशिप्स
I'm
के बारे में.
watching the messages of the group, but I never attended the call. But today, when I saw the title, and I like it, it didn't even took me a minute to decide that I want to attend or no. I just joined the link, क्योंकि मैंने शाम को ही देखा कि आज टॉपिक क्या है, तो मैंने सात like it was 7:20 or something, and I joined it. So thank God that I
Thanks.
joined it, and I'm very grateful that I got to talk to you guys. Yeah, thank you.
You're
श्रेया, पता
welcome.
है मुझे ना going to be an year in another 3-4 months. So starting में when I started attending the open mics ना, मेरे को ना एक question अपने दिमाग में आता था यार, like it's the same topic I've been, what I will do. So you must have heard Kumar saying na, revisit your e-learnings
Yes,
also.
yes, I
So I
know.
also I also have the same theory in my life. I revisit to all the books that I read because every time I read the book again, there is a new perspective to it. Okay, and something new I learn. So जब मैंने ये open mic start किया, so I started realizing that this is also a healing. It's a kind of a healing that we won't understand. Maybe I can't put it into words, but listening to
Definitely.
others, feeling heard and seen in the same kind of place where you feel that, oh, nobody's judging you. You can open, you can be vulnerable, you can share your grief, you can share your perspective. And at the same time, you're healing because it's not only making you aware, but it is also telling you what steps you have to take. So open mic से बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. I am being like regular, trying to. There are times when I'm not able to, and when I am not, I feel like, oh shucks, I've just forgotten not to attend. So it's very beneficial. You must try to attend every time. The topic is different, and you will see what all things you will learn.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely,
definitely.
absolutely. So keep attending, and yes, I'll come to you, my amiable friend Raji. I see you raising your hand. Before that, can I ask each one of you a favor? Because we have been talking last 2 hours, 23 minutes, whatever. I want each one of you and write something. दिल खोल के conscious relationships group में लिखना कि आज call आपको कैसे लगा? What did you feel? Whatever Pallavi shared, whatever Neelu has shared कि first time attend कर रहे हैं, श्रेया ने first time attend किया.
Yeah.
आप लिखो. क्यों क्यों बता रहा हूँ पता है? Let all the other women who are sitting silently and thinking अगर मैं बोलूं तो ठीक होगा, क्या सही है ये, उनको कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा. आपका जो जो भी आप लिखते हो उनसे उनको कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा और वो आके नेक्स्ट टाइम ये कॉल्स अटेंड करेंगे. Can you all promise me that you're going to do that? Each one of you.
Yes,
Write something really.
definitely.
Yeah, please go and write. दिल खोल के लिखना जो भी लिखोगे.
And I
Let
will
others
also,
read.
yeah, and I will also
Yeah,
tell my
yeah, go ahead.
sister to go through the e-learning. वो जब like ये
Please,
सुनेगी तो she like yeah, she will relate to so many things, and after that I guess she might decide to take a call of therapy with you guys. So
absolutely, absolutely, Shreya.
yeah,
You can ping me on my private window. I'll share the link where she can register for the e-learning journeys. Okay.
sure, sure,
Uh,
sure.
तो आप
Thank you.
सब जाके जरूर लिखना इस कॉल के बारे में. Yes, Raji, you raised your hand. I see your name as amiable friend Raji. You can unmute and talk. Are you there? Or did you raise your hand by mistake? Okay, I don't see anybody talking there. All right, ladies, it was a great conversation and a fantastic topic. I'm sure you have learned something on this call today. Please do mention that in the comments which you're going to make in the main group. Let's encourage more and more women uh, you can attend these calls. Any last words that you want to say? Anything that you want to share?
Hello, am I
Yes,
audible?
now I can.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
now
there was
you are.
some technical issue. Yeah, thank you so much for giving us so much of time and explaining us the concepts. Actually, I like this is my second call perhaps, and I'm not much of an active participant, but listening to Shreya, actually, I could relate my situation very much to what Shreya is saying, because in my case, I am the elder sister who is suffering, actually, who has been through an emotional abusive relationship. I just wanted you to tell Shreya that, tell her elder sister to continue working. One of the major drawbacks that I face in my case is I stopped working, actually. I was in a government job and I was drained, actually, with, the suffering of my relationship. It took a toll on my health, it took a toll on my career, it took a toll on everything. Right now, I'm staying with my parents. And, I also have a younger sister, and the thing is that, they support us, no doubt about it. But, when you are in such a mental state, even if they say something and they do not mean it that way, you feel it is towards you, actually. So, बस मैं like श्रेया तुम्हारी मोटी बहन ने कहो कि I'm talking to her in Gujarati, actually. तुम्हारी मोटी बहन ने कहो
Actually,
कि
हाँ,
continue करे
I
काम
got your point.
करवानो,
Wait,
actually.
wait, wait,
It
wait.
is not easy to stay with our
एक
parents'
minute,
place also.
एक minute,
Yeah.
एक minute. हाँ. Sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
her job was any job. Her job was like it was 8.5 hours or something, and then she requested them to cut down to 6 hours. But that was also too much for her at that point of time, as she was managing all of the things of the household and everything. घर का बाहर का सब कुछ. So
No,
now she
Nilu,
just
I'll
wants a break. That she is not in a. It is not that she is not in a state of mind that she can't work, but it is a choice that she wants a break, and she'll start working after after few months or so. And she is also like exploring the options that if like she wants to start study again. So she is thinking like that. She is not like उसने अपना career side में नहीं रख दिया है, but अभी उसको break चाहिए, and she really needs a break. क्योंकि चार like it is since 4 years that all these things are going on, and इतना काम किया है. Now a person needs a break at one point of time. So that is what she is taking right now. Otherwise, she is very career oriented, and she will definitely do something much bigger.
Wow, wow, Shreya, love
My
that,
best
love that.
wishes to her, actually.
Thank you so much for your concern.
Thank you for that encouragement. And आपका नाम लिखा हुआ है Amiable Friend Raji. I mean, what's your name? Can we
It's
get your name?
Pinky. It's Pinky, actually.
Okay,
My
okay,
name is
Pinky.
Pinky.
Thank you, Pinky. Thank you so much for that encouragement, and thanks for sharing about your own self. Please keep attending these calls and get into these e-learning journeys. क्योंकि पता नहीं मतलब मदद कहाँ से मिल जाए. मतलब आप शायद e-learning journeys करके ही हील हो जाओ, या आपको शायद 1-to-1 कोचिंग की जरूरत पड़ जाए, या आप रिट्रीट को आ जाओ. So what I want to tell you is start at the very minimal and least option. जो शायद 250 या 300 रुपए का महीने का जो सब्सक्रिप्शन है हमारा, कर लीजिए, देखिए. एंड श्रेया, आई वांट योर सिस्टर टू आल्सो एनकरेज एंड
Yes,
ask her to do
definitely.
the e-learning journey.
Yes, she'll do
And
this. Like she likes to listening all these things,
yeah,
and तो
पूरे
ये तो वो कर लेगी,
all
ये
these
तो
are,
मुझे पता है.
yeah, all these are audio, श्रेया. आप वॉकिंग करते करते भी सुन सकते हो. इट्स नॉट लाइक अ
Yeah.
यूट्यूब वीडियो. इट्स
Yes,
जस्ट
yes.
ऑल आर ऑडियोज. ठीक है, आप सिर्फ हेडफोन्स पहन लो, वॉकिंग करते करते, घर का काम करते करते भी सुन सकते हो. So which is a very easy thing to do. And before I end this call, 2.5 घंटे हो रहे हैं, almost 2.5 hours we are talking. Before you go to sleep, I want each one of you to please go and write something. Really दिल खोल के लिखना जो भी आपको लगा है. मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगा आपको क्या लिखना है. आपको जो लिखना है लिखिए. आपको क्या लगा ये कॉल से. पहली बार बहुत लोग आए हैं आज, मतलब इस फर्स्ट टाइम प्रेरणा, श्रेया, प्लीज गो एंड राइट लेडीज. आई मीन इट वुड रियली हेल्प. जो आपके जैसे सिचुएशन में कितने लोग, हमारे जो 500 लोगों में कितने औरतें हैं, कितनी लेडीज हैं, हमें पता नहीं, क्योंकि वो बाहर नहीं आ रहे. आप लोगों ने ही इतना टाइम लिया बाहर आने के लिए. Somebody said that I'm in the group last 1 month, I'm attending for the first time. Somebody said I'm last 6 months, I'm coming for the first time. तो सोचिए, whatever number it is, 503 people, में कितने लोग सिर्फ वहीं बैठे हैं, thinking whether this is the right platform or not. So please go ahead and do it. Pallavi, you want to share something? I see that you raised your hand. I mean,
I'll
any
take
last
a
words?
leave.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I'll
Thank you
take a
so much,
leave
dear.
and
Thank you.
thank you for the lovely session. And I'll definitely write something in the group before sleeping.
One question
Thank you
I
so
want
much.
to ask
Thank you.
Kumarji,
Yes, yes,
that
Pallavi.
getting out of this relation is really going to, I don't know how to do that. That's the question.
Acha.
So yeah.
Okay. Can you connect with us one to one, Pallavi? Will that be possible? No?
Yes, surely,
Good.
yes. Because I
Okay.
think I really need it now.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's why I tell you, if it is easy, please get out of that. If it is not, you got to manage expectations and you got to learn. You got to gain more and more knowledge as to how these narcissistic personality disorder works. मतलब आप जब आप गेम सीख लो ना पल्लवी, आपको गेम खेलना आ जाएगा. समझ रहे हो ना
वो
मैं क्या बोल रहा
वो
हूँ?
ज्यादा सीखने की जरूरत है मुझे. वेरी ट्रू. यस.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट. आपको आपको ना गेम से भागने की जरूरत, मतलब भाग नहीं पा रहे हो, तो आपको गेम सीखना ही पड़ेगा. मतलब इफ यू आर ऑन द फील्ड, यू गॉट टू प्ले इट. वो एस्केप नहीं. सो उसके लिए लेट्स टॉक वन टू वन. ठीक है? जस्ट पिंग मी ऑन माय प्राइवेट विंडो और व्हाट्सएप में.
Okay,
आई विल
great.
टेक इट.
Okay.
ठीक है? थैंक यू सो मच नीलू, पल्लवी, पायल, प्रेरणा, पिंकी, Namita and Sima. Thank you so much for your time, each one of you. More power to each one of you. May you heal with all these things and shine bright. Thank you so much. Have a good night, each one of you. Bye, bye. Bye, Neelu. Bye, Namita. Bye, Paul. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, Namita.